What's happening, everybody? Welcome
Dory.
to episode 103. Is that right? 100 and yes, 103. I'm going to stick with that. Yeah, so that's why what I've written there anyway. So Twisted Tubs just arrived seconds before I hit the go live button. He was yeah, almost late. So how
I
is
was
everybody
not
on this?
almost late.
We're almost late, Tubs. Let's be honest.
Why isn't it? Why aren't you working?
PS5 controller thing.
That is actually a PS4 controller.
PS4. Okay, so you've fallen back a bit. Uh,
Girls love it.
so, guys, how is everyone? Tubbs, how are you in general?
I'm better.
No more teeth hanging out or anything. No.
Oh no, I ended up getting 3 teeth removed. It was fucking manky. It's horrible. So
So,
yeah, I'm just taking medication and healing up. Fucking just basically fucking not watching the shows that Brian's telling me to watch all week because I've been so medicated and spasticated off my face.
so basically, you've to kind of lay off the old tune on the walls kind of thing, like because
Yeah.
it's not doing good for you, like, is it?
It's been very much that like.
So yeah, well, that's enough chewing gum talk for now. Yeah, so guys, tonight's show we'll go through a very small art corner, a very small show and tell, a very small co-host.
It's just it's just a very small show this week actually.
Oh no, there's loads of stuff. There's
We came in swinging, you see, last week with the old show and tells in the art corner. We were like, yeah, look at all our shit, big fucking huge amount of crap. And then this week
that's
we're like,
because we were making up for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's like we shot our load so hard last week. Now we've nothing's left at all.
Well, I don't know, Tubbs. I did a show. I didn't shoot my load, but anyway.
Twice.
Yeah, you kept calm while you read it. Anyway, enough.
It's the best way to do it.
So let's say hello to our wonderful chat, and let's see what slags and stuff they've got for us this week. Not literal slags, by the way. Jono is the first on the button tonight. He says, "Evening, Brian Tubbs in chat."
Evening, Jono.
Hello, Jono. Gerard is here. Evening, Brian Tubbs in chat.
How are you, sir?
Gerard, Jerry, General Kenobi, as I've been calling him for the laugh on my YouTube comments. James is here. Evening, James.
James, how are you, good sir?
Mick is here. Woof, he says. TJ, see you. TJ, how are you going, man? Evening all. Mick says, dirty. Manga Fandanga, tip of the cap to my old friend
Sorry, how are you, sir?
Jono, okay. He says, by the way, Brian, a bit trollish on your part with tonight's Sweet Tooth thumbnail. Considering Tubbs is scared of clowns and just had major dental work. Well played, sir. Well played.
I'm not scared of clowns.
You're afraid of midget and dress up, though, aren't you?
Midgets in costume freak me out. Dwarfs in costume just no. It's just a weird thing. I just don't like it. Clowns, I'm all good.
Oh no, Tubbs would molest clowns if he got a chance. Tubbs has got a Pennywise fetish.
Oh yeah, I'm down with the clown, man. I come up from down below.
I don't think you. Well, yeah, Sweet Tooth is kind of the same, but anyway. Yeah. So the reason I had a thumbnail for Sweet Tooth is I started watching the Twisted Metal show, and I'm about halfway through. We'll talk about that in a while. Mick says, "Hey all." I don't know who this all person is, Mick, but I'm sure they'll comment back soon. Sup, Ger, Mick, TJC, and Sai. Connor, my old friend. Hello there, buddy. Time for a sandwich.
Connor, how are you, buddy?
A sandwich and a can of pop while I watch my favorite goals. Well, you, sir, are also a goal, and we love you. Tip of the cap to all in the chat from Mr. Manga Fandanga. Jonathan says, hey, Connor. TJ says, Jonathan Sai, Mick, Tubbs, Brian. I'm waiting for the Rolando special, actually, in a while. James, Jared, Johnner, TJC, and everyone is saying hi to each other. Everyone's nice people here, which is good. Jonathan says, clowns deserve everything that happens to them. Fuck clowns.
So it's
So
John was the one that don't
not a
like the clowns.
clown problem. He is not, in fact, down with the clown.
Oh no, I'll go down on a clown.
You will leave the clown brown. After meeting Tubbs, the clown will feel like drowning.
Yeah, it's actually one role I never played as a clown. Yes,
Only in life.
only in life, never on screen, never in a movie scenario.
Oh Christ! Mick says you're racist to your own kind, which is midgets, of course,
There,
in
no,
costume.
hey! I'll have you know I'm of average height
Average for a midget.
in some walks of life.
Little walks.
And I tell you, I watched the Spider-Man Into the
Tubbs.
Spider-Verse again last night.
Oompa loompa
Um,
doopa dee doo.
that's
What
mean,
you
and I don't like you.
what you what you trying to keep talking while I'm singing it?
No, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Oh, the sight of you, Grant, dressed up as an Oompa Loompa and
Oh
that
fuck that trailer!
Wonka trailer is fucking hilarious. Go
I
on,
was
what were
on
you going to say?
board.
What
I
were you
was.
going to say you watched?
Oh no, I'm saying is I watched Into the Spider-Verse last night
The
to
first
kind
one.
of gear up for the new one because I was kind of going, oh, there's kind of stuff I forget. It's that fucking savage movie, dude.
Oh, yeah, it's really good, yeah.
It's really good. I forgot how good it was. And then I watched Venom versus Venom. What you call it?
Venom 2.
Yeah, Venom 2, the Carnage one. After it, and
Why
that was
would you
not
do
a good movie.
Why would you do that to yourself after watching
And that's the
Spider-Verse?
second time I've fucking seen it. I'd forgotten I watched it.
And I love Carnage, and I could not watch that shit again. Like,
I think the message I'm trying to tell people here is like, don't watch movies when you're heavily medicated, all right? Because you forget you've seen shit already, like, you know.
you see, I agree with you there, and because the reason I say that is this time, well, it was around this time last year, I was in hospital, and I watched Prey, and it was fucking awesome, and I can't remember a jot of it, and I really
Same.
need to watch it again.
Yeah, I just knew, when I was watching it, I was kind of about 20 minutes in, I was kind of going, oh, I've seen this. I think I have seen this, and I did see it. I knew I did. By the end of the time I got to the halfway point of it, I was like, oh, I already watched this, and it's terrible. And I kept watching it regardless.
Oh, and I meant to say as well, Tubbs, regardless of how short on time we are, I am going to get to SDCC stuff tonight
Yeah, I
because
joked about that a while ago.
you remember when we first used to do this podcast when Bruno was here. Bruno.
Hmm.
It used to be all action figures, and then we slowly kind of moved on to TV shows, and shit happened. Time runs
it's
out.
everyone's opinion. Was that for the better or the good? I think it's selective. You know.
Jonathan said clowns deserve everything that happens to them. Fuck
Fuck
clowns.
clowns.
I don't really care either one way or the other. Okay, Connor has put up the challenge to me. You're going to try it first, though.
Oh, dude, I can't even fucking. Not a chance. I love Connor to bits, but not a chance am I going to be able to pull that off.
Okay. I know I've said this in the past. I've said this right in the past. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah, there you go. See, not as hard as the kids make it out to sound.
But if you try and say it 10 times quickly, yeah, not doing that.
God, no, fuck that.
Hey, Miriam, how are you? Evening, everyone. Hope you're all well. Hope you're doing well, Miriam. John says clowns are not funny. It's their entire purpose, and they fail fucking hard at that job. Fuck the lot of them.
I don't think clowns were ever meant to be funny.
They were
even
initially.
The aesthetic of how they look is terrifying.
Terrifying.
The whole sad clown thing, like that's not fucking funny, dude. That looks scary. So if I saw a clown for the first time ever, I'd be like, yeah, horror film. That definitely looks a nightmare fuel. Like,
whilst we're on the subject, quickly, I know we're going to get pulled all different directions. Have you seen Terrifier yet?
I've seen the first one.
How shit is that film?
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Is they're just. Now in certain circles you can't say that film shit.
I don't care what fucking circle I'm in, it's fucking shit.
Some people would not be happy about you saying that movie shit, but no, they're not good movies. They're literally.
I know the circle you're talking about. Fuck that circle.
And no, it's what I say.
It's an opinion.
They're very much what they are. They're these lower grade horror films that made way more money than they ever should have. You know,
Schlocky B movie horror crap. Yeah.
yeah, it's it is what it is. Like they're not good movies at all. They're just gore flicks.
It's just when you said terrified there, Terrifier came to mind. TGC says Miriam. Jared says Jonathan James, Mick Connor, TGC Manga Vandanga. Jonathan says, hey Miriam, Jared Kane. I'm gonna have to get you to read these out sometimes again, Tubbs. Jonathan says Venom 2 is so bad. Oh, I
Yeah,
wasn't
it
that
really was.
I wasn't that disappointed since Iron Man 3.
And
To be honest.
and it actually it kills me that it was that bad because I really wanted that movie to be good.
I just wanted a good representation of Carnage on screen, and it didn't give
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And
Um,
I was totally down with the Woody Harrelson casting as well as fucking
and Andy Serkis directing as well, like, so you would have expected
yeah. I mean, like you would have
something
thought
better.
with the master of fucking mocap movement
But
would
in
have.
in
It's
saying
just
that,
the
he's not
story wasn't good.
in saying that he's not the master of directing. So
Mm.
Connor said, I think we can all agree Carnage just needed some screaming goats. Yeah, Connor loves Thor, Love and Thunder. If that's what
Um,
you like, that's what you like. We won't judge you for it.
no, but you know what? There's been abysmal superhero movies and moments across the entire board
Oh,
in
all
the
of them, not
last
just like
few years, hasn't there? Like there's been like those standout terrible
like I will say like
moments.
DC has been responsible for most of them. Oh, you didn't even
Hmm?
get that, did you? Oh, here you didn't even
Oh,
do you not
sorry,
know?
dude, I zoned out. Sorry.
Tubbs like, huh? I said, just we can't blame DC for all of them. Like,
No, DC now have had way more than Marvel. Let's be fair. Like,
Jared said it's terrible. Yeah, it is. It's fucking shocking film. Though I do want the Marvel Legends movie Carnage figure, which I may have mentioned it to Dan Yun from the Legends development team once or twice. Yeah, Jonathan is stalking Dan Yun on Twitter. Every time he puts up a Legends post, Jonathan's like, "Where's my movie Carnage?"
and is there a
Oh,
good one coming?
I don't think so. I don't think they'll ever make anything more from that film. Um,
Do you
hey
think anyone
Miriam.
will be able to make like a really decent custom of Carnage?
Well, there's a great SH Figure Arts one out there. It's fucking massive.
Hmm.
Oh, I know, Jared. It's so bad.
And
Ah,
do you know what was the worst part
yeah, Jared
in
Miriam.
general for me? One of the worst parts of the movie was Venom in the whole like nightclub thing. That was just
That's your camel breaking.
no. That's not my canon moment. It's things like that in the movie where like for me I was just going like, what is this like?
Eh, They could have
Just moments like that.
I think that
Um,
was far from the worst part of it. But
I put it
anyway,
to you this way: that was one of the ones I can remember, and I've seen it twice.
no, it was the whole structure of the story was terrible.
I mean, what was it in total, Brian? 88 minutes long.
It was over and not quick enough, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, it was shorter than a regular like fucking
But
90-minute horror film.
I
You
think
know?
of all those Sony films, that one proved the most that you need Spider-Man for those movies.
Yeah.
Because there was no reason for them to be fighting or whatever. Like, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Tubbs clowns are sad because they know they suck balls. Uh,
you know what is so balls. This is very true, John.
Mick says gore porn is terrorizer like Saw. The first Saw film is fantastic though, and the rest of them are just dog shit. Then
Yeah,
after
but
that,
see what happened was is it's like everything. The first Saw movie kind of bred like what was it
no,
like 10 more Saw
the
movies and
first Saw
Hostel
the first Saw movie made more money than anyone expected to. That's
and
why.
then and you had films like Hostel and all these come out after it and totally fucking just
Hostel wasn't too bad either.
yeah, but the first
Uh,
ones. But then you have like Hostel. Have you seen Hostel 3?
no, I didn't even. I
Oh,
didn't even bother
dude,
with the
you
second
would have
one.
made a better phone in your fucking like on your like a better film on your phone, dude.
Mick
It was shot
says
terribly. It looked bad. It was horrible.
there's a Saw 10. I see. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a while. I have that down
Hmm.
the schedule. Mick says, and not a down in the docks, wait for profit, like some people like to mention. Now. That's sailors, not clowns. Clowns are grand, sure, aren't they running the country? That's a
This is
different
very
breed.
true.
different breed of clown, Connor.
Clowns just don't wear makeup.
There are more. Those are more sad clowns, Connor. Woody was good as Cassidy, but that script fucked everyone over. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
why it wouldn't work.
Shabby's in the house. Hey, Shabs.
Shabby
Shabs had a great live stream last night. It was lots of fun. Why am I repeating? Is that in your phone that I'm repeating? Tubbs is lost again. Hey, Shabby. Hey, TJC, Mr. Redmond. Shabby Geek. Hey, Connor. And Jonathan said that SHF Carnage is just too tall to fit with the Legends. I agree.
Okay.
He's a big boy. But then again, the Venom movie figure, which I have over there somewhere, is quite fucking big as well. It's quite tall. Excuse me. Mick says, send in the clowns. Krusty's a worthwhile clown, I suppose. Mick says, I love the first Saw movie. Shabby said, never seen any Saw movies. I'm not ruining the plot twist, but you should definitely check out the first Saw film. It's fantastic. And it's not really a gore. It's more of a thriller than a torture fucking thingy. What are you doing, Tubbs?
Yeah.
Oh, you're charging.
I forgot to plug in the fucking charger.
Jonathan said, didn't the Saw villain die in the fourth movie with the movies made banks that have kept the series going and all the other murders movies are happening at the same time or some bullshit like that? Yeah, he trained. He had like fucking, what's the word they use? He had like people. He trained others how to be like him. Basically, Amanda was one of them, wasn't it? One of the kids. Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I'm listening.
I thought you'd interrupt.
No. I'm just actually listening.
No, I was kind of asking. It was Amanda, wasn't it? It was the other killer.
Yeah.
She was like the heroin addict or something. That yeah. I like the idea of Saw, but
the story arc for the first two for me were solid, and then everything that kind of came after that then really kind of went like fucking far-fetched. And there was a guy that was fucking, I don't know, spoilers for anyone who wants to watch these movies, but I think he was, I don't know, he was controlling shit with his brain or fucking some stupid shit like that.
The last one like was called Spiral.
The new one that's coming out now is a direct sequel to the first, apparently.
Even though it's the 10th one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so silly. So yeah, like the first, I think is it the fourth or fifth one? He has cancer, and he's dying or whatever. And
he still has in this one.
Yeah, in this new one, then he's like, well, let's just do the trailer now, since as we're talking about it now.
Yeah, let's do it. It's on the list anyway, sure, isn't it?
Because yeah, in this one he's like targeting the people who are trying to make him better. Because he doesn't get better.
I watched the trailer for it, all right, and I was kind of going like, it looks interesting, but like if they go back to the roots of what Saw was, then it could be cool, but I don't know if they will.
Okay, guys, so I'm going to throw on the trailer for Saw X, as it's called, and you can.
So if you've seen none of the first 9, it's probably, go get a drink.
Watch it anyway.
Of all the men to cheat, you picked John Kramer?
The cancer is spreading. I'm afraid there's nothing else we can do. There is one person who might be able to help.
Our program is a 2-pronged treatment outside Mexico City. The results have been stunning.
She saved my life.
Their voice, the first one's a voice annoys me.
You're in very good hands with us.
After that, what happens then?
Your whole life happens then. John Kramer.
According to these scans, the tumor was never removed.
How much time do I have?
Months, at best.
I still have a lot of work that needs to be done. Hello, everyone. It's time to play a game. You all pretended to cure me. But what I have planned for each of you is very real.
Peace came upon me. No light, no sound.
The only thing I have not provided is your anesthetic. But trust me, you will want to remain alert. Of all the men to choose, you picked John Kramer?
Please, don't hesitate.
Place a big enough piece of your cerebral tissue into the glass enzyme tank. This will save your life.
So sweet, silent take.
This is not retribution. It's a reawakening.
Live or die. The choice is yours.
Now, I will say one thing. Do you think that they showed way too much in this trailer?
Yeah, they pretty much gave his whole motive and everything.
They gave the
like-
whole movie away from
and you know
start
what?
to finish
That
practically.
motive is solid as fuck as well, I have to say.
The which?
The motive is solid as fuck. They all deserve
Yeah,
to die.
yeah. I mean, this is what I mean. Is like, I mean, if they can go back to the roots of what Saw was from the first one, then this could be a really good. And you have the originals back, so
It's
that's
not.
cool.
It's not going to be the same as the first one. The first one is.
You know, it's definitely not. But if
here,
it can
the
be in the
rest are way
same
down.
vein of it, then like as long as it hasn't been like the last fucking like 5 or 6, you know.
Oh, it will be like you know what's going to happen. They're all going to die. Like 'cause none of them are going to survive. Like,
Dude, you can clearly see him hoping against hope here. Like,
no, I'll probably watch
there's that
it.
one shot where your man is actually drilling like his own scalp.
That's
It's
disgusting.
fucking
like.
manky.
That's just torture porn. Like it's yeah.
Yeah, it's just, when I saw it in the trailer, I was like, "Oh, that's nasty."
It's,
Even
it's
though I
one of
know
those
it's fake,
movies
'cause I've
that I'll
worked in that
probably
line of
watch
work.
when there's nothing else to watch and just have
You
it on in
know,
the background.
Yeah, no, because we
Um,
know all that stuff is all effects and shit. We know that. We still I love that you can still watch something like that on screen, even with the knowledge that it's not real,
Yeah,
and
Mick,
still go,
I've
"Oh
seen it.
god, that's manky."
Smithiest of Smith Lords is here. Hey, Smitty.
Story Smitty,
Um,
Smitty. Hey, Chris, I'm Smith Lord. No, I'm Chris.
you okay there? I'm just gonna let that go. Like,
I think that's for the best.
holy Chris. Vader's girl says creepy. I know she was talking about the trailer, but it could refer to what you just did there, whatever that
Yeah,
was.
but it could really, really well sink in there. Like,
Chris. Shabby says, not a chance I'm watching this. I'll be up all night.
oh, Shabs, watch it, man. It'd be decent. Have you seen the trailer for the other new horror film as well?
Hold
It's
on,
like
go wait the
Talk to Me.
trailers now. Wait for the trailers for later.
Okay. You know, it's called Talk to Me, though.
Yes, I've heard about that, and they're making the new
Mm.
Street Fighter movie. Smitlord says with a
Furious
ferocious
erection,
erection, Shabby. Connor said he didn't saw shit. No, he seen it. I
Yes.
say I saw it, but I seen it.
I didn't say I saw it, but I seen it. Damn
I
it.
didn't see nothing. Yes, Jonathan, 100% agree. Kind of hard to be not rooting for Kramer in this one. Like,
This is the thing about it, right?
if you have a fucking illness and these cunts say they're going to fix it, and they don't, they deserve to die, especially if they lie about it.
Yeah, I mean, I came out of that trailer kind of going like, well, like, I mean, I don't feel bad for any of these fuckers after what they did. You know?
That's why I think it's just basically torture porn because
Yeah.
you're not supposed to feel for these guys. TJC says, I thought you were made of sterner stuff than that, Shabby.
Hmm.
That's a line from fucking Transformers or something, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh.
from which one, though? Which one?
The animated one, obviously, the only one.
Oh, yes, okay. And
Megatron.
it really does sound like a Michael
It's
Bay line.
Optimus says it's a Megatron when they're fighting at fucking Ottawa
You've
City.
got
I
so
think.
much petrol inside you, Magnum.
Magnum? Who's Magnum?
Magnum?
Magnum PI,
Megatron.
is it?
You've petrol
Tom
inside you,
Selleck.
Megatron. Let me pump it out of you.
No.
Optimus, you dirty dog.
The Saw films are all a bit shit, aren't they? Yeah, they are. They're fucking shit.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Except for the first one. That's all what I would
yeah,
always
as
say.
we said. I mean, for me, I kind of like the second one too, but the rest of them are really fucking bad. Like,
No chance, TJC. Manga says not as frightening as Tez's Spectrum videos. No comment. No comment. No. Shabby. Those fall under crimes against humanity. Sorry. I quite like his Sega Mega Drive stuff actually because that was the first console I really played. Prime to Megs. Yes, I was right. I thought you were made of sterner stuff, Megatron. There we go.
it was the Transformer, so yeah.
Yeah, Tubbs just makes it dirty.
Yes, it
then.
was, buddy.
Oh,
My
shit.
friend was the star.
Okay, so
who could
Tubbs,
get off of feet.
have you got a show and tell this week?
No.
No, you don't. Okay.
I'm running on empty this week, kid.
Well,
I was too hopped up to go and do anything really.
Okay, so I'm going to take a leaf out of your book. I haven't got them with me, but I can tell the folks. You know about this. I started a small PlayStation 2 collection of video games. I'm going to get more tomorrow, but what I've decided I'm going to do is going to spend a tenner every week on PlayStation games. My local CEX has like games for like ranging from 50 cents to $9.50. So I'm going to see what I can do the next couple of weeks.
And let's be honest, PlayStation 2 genuinely had like one of the most solid games catalogs of most consoles like of that era.
And the reason I started this was I was tidying up in here a bit, and there was a PlayStation 2 buried under all boxes and stuff. And I hooked it up to see if it was working, and I found a memory card with games from like 2007, 2008 from my brother who used to fucking play it or whatever. It's fucking crazy. Jonathan says, Tubbs, did you not buy anything nice for yourself with your tooth fairy money?
It hasn't arrived yet, man. Apparently, you have to get through 10 days of fucking, what do they call it? Fucking
purgatory?
Healing or some shit, whatever the body's supposed to do, and then they give you your money.
I did buy one thing, though, the other day. And you probably appreciate this more than anything, Tubbs. In Smith's. So this is a wrestler. I'm sure Smith Lord will appreciate this as well. So do you remember this gimmick, Tubbs? You know Ron Simmons, right?
Yes.
I got this in Smith's.
Oh, no way. You got the fucking... Obviously, fucking...
Farouk Assad.
Farouk Assad, that was it. Yeah.
Pretty
That was
cool,
when he first came to WWE, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worst gimmick ever.
When they had no clue what to do with Ron Simmons after WCW.
Yeah. So yeah, they stuck him with the other.
We put a helmet and a blue glacier suit on him like Scarlet, because Mortal Kombat's fucking fire at the moment, right?
Well, that's what WCW did as well.
Yeah, basically. But they had a guy that was called the Glacier that had a fucking Sub-Zero costume practically.
Oh yeah, and Mortis as well, the other one, yeah. Jerry Kane. James says try Shadow of Rome for PS2, Brian Carnage. I had it when I was younger. Such a great game.
Is that the one? Is that the Roman Empire again?
Yeah, one like each alternate mission is like you're doing a stealth mission and then you're doing
I actually have it there. It's a violent game as well. Like
I'll fight you for it.
you can have it if you want.
Smith Lord said get the PS2 Bond games, Brian. I got one the other day. Nightfire, is it? Agent 007 under Nightfire. It was $4.50, and I got Pro Evolution Soccer 5 for 50 cents. And what was the other one? Oh, Dead or Alive 2, which is one of my favorite beat 'em ups for like €4.
Does anyone remember a game called The Suffering?
It was there, 12 quid.
Oh no way! You should have picked it up, man. Do you remember playing that game?
I had it.
It was one of the first games of its kind that had like 3 different endings, like 3 different ways to end the game.
Yeah, it was like a horror, and all the creatures were based on feelings.
Yeah, it was like Hellraiser and Prison Break.
I have Russia with Love. That's one I never got. I must check that out now tomorrow. I'm going to get a few
it's cheap
tomorrow.
as piss, so fucking.
That's the one with Sean Connery in it.
And that meets fucking Return of the King on PlayStation 2.
Yes, I tagged my mate in it the other day. We used to always play it. Baz, how are we getting on, my friend?
Hey, dude. I mean, it's
Smith Lord.
genuinely one of the best fucking games on PlayStation 2. That
Do you know what?
and I love Scarface as well. Actually, while you're there, keep
Scarface,
talking.
the world is yours. I remember that. Yay, wrestling, my favorite thing. Smith Lord, you know we're going to turn you eventually. Like, what is he doing? Oh, that sound doesn't sound nice. Jared said, "Hey, Baz." Jonathan said, "If it was a big daddy figure, you'd be all over it, Chris." Hey, James and Baz says, "Shabby." I don't know what Tubbs is doing. Should I be worried? I do need to get a PS1 controller as well. Actually, it's the one I have. Is dodgy. Oh, I saw that in CX the other day. Yeah.
Yeah, and fucking it's probably cheaper now. I got it for £6 now or some shit. But
No, it's dearer actually.
Is it now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had a copy of it and it got lost or some shit. So I rebought it. I didn't even have a working PlayStation. I just rebought it because it was there. I was like, oh, I love that game.
So I was in there the other day and I was looking around the games, and most like Simpsons Hit and Run, £35, right? Metal Gear
Because
Solid,
they're for some reason they're worth more.
Metal Gear Solid, £30. Snake Eater, but listen to this, right? Silent Hill 2, €70.
Yeah.
And a game called Shadow Hearts was like €85, and I've never heard that game before.
Yeah, some games for some reason, like you buy them for like crazy money, but you can sell them for even crazier.
It's crazy, like crazy.
Like I've seen copies of Silent Hill 2, the collector's edition on eBay, man, for hundreds of euros. Like,
Contra take, I know, like, but I think it's very overrated. Silent Hill.
Do you know what? There's a rabid fan base like there is for Resident Evil with those games, and if you say it's bad, then eat you in your sleep.
Well,
but I agree with you. And I'll be honest. I think looking back and playing them now years later, I honestly think I'm going to get a lot of shit for this one. I honestly think the first Resident Evil game is highly overrated as well.
You're wrong.
I mean, I could be. Look, it's an opinion.
I mean, that's your opinion, but your opinion is wrong.
No. I think if you compare it to 2 and 3,
well. I'll give you that.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Is it's overrated now. I think it's a very overrated game. People still praise it to this high level, and it's not. It's slow paced. It's ganky controls. It's I don't know. If I mean they remastered 2 and 3 and 4. Why didn't they fucking
remaster 1 as well?
No, they did a remaster on graphics too. They didn't remaster the whole thing. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Go to the level that they did with the other ones. I mean, like, no. I just feel that if you go back and play certain games now, some of them don't hold up the way you remember.
That's just time anyway, like, you know.
You know what I mean? But they don't hold up the way you remember them.
Manga Fandanga says one of my favorite PS2 games was The Getaway. You like that as well, don't you?
I fucking do, and The Getaway too.
You said that last week to me, actually.
I was only saying that you have to pick it up, yeah. One on site.
TJC says Getaway was awesome.
Yeah, it was just you know what it was? It was just a pure. And I was when it came out, I was writing my fucking, my phase of like English gangster stuff.
Tubbs could live out his Danny Dyer fantasies.
Oh man, it was that. It was like fucking Football Factory. It was fucking.
Out.
It was just all this kind of fucking cool shit. Like that fucking was pure British and gangster.
You know what it used to make me think actually when I played that game. Do you remember a TV show years ago? It used to be on something like UK Gold, and it was called The Bill.
Oh fuck yeah, of course I do. Anyone that's in the later 30s, early 40s remembers that, man.
Fucking music,
and a lot of people that were in The Bill ended up in EastEnders.
We've reached prime live streaming now that we've mentioned The Bill.
Oh yes, we have. Yes, and now we're talking about The Bill. There are deep cuts there, like.
Smittler said, "I still have all the Bond games."
In the back.
No, it's funny, right? Do you remember The Bill? In the end credits, he used to like show a pair of legs walking away or something. So my dad, right, every night, he used to go for a walk with my neighbor, another fella, and my brother was like 3 or 4 years old. My dad used to watch The Bill, and the fucking credits would come on, and he'd go, "Oh, there's Daddy and Tommy walking down the road." Right? the credits was like a woman and a man, like, so I was like, which
and
one?
Then years later, your brother gets like a flashback and was like, "Wait, Daddy and Tommy went on a lot of walks at night time together." You know, start to remembering it very differently.
Oh, fucking hell. And that's after taking me down a fucking memory fucking slip. I didn't
Actually,
remember.
as we're talking about deep old school shows, I want to ask this, right? Because I seem to be the only person that ever saw this fucking show, right? Does anyone in the comments, especially, remember a show? I think it was an Australian show, called E Street.
It's ringing a bell, but I can't
It was like a
remember.
fucking. There was a priest guy in it. He kind of like slicked back hair. And there was a fucking dude that had half his face painted. He was like dusting fucking roads as gold dust. It was like Days of Our Lives in Australia, but it was like fucking something I'd watched when I was like off sick from school. And I always remembered it. It was called E Street.
Was that on
anyone I
Yen?
ask, but anyone I've asked over the years, do they remember it? They're like, no, I've never heard of that. And I actually am at a point where I'm going like, did I actually fucking see this show, or did I fucking make this up in my head?
I have to Google it now to see if it's actually real.
Google it and see, do you remember it? E Street.
Australian television series. Yeah, it was.
Like, I don't even think you can find it online, like, or unless it's snippets on YouTube or something.
Oh, there's Wikipedia and everything. Yeah, and there's full episodes on YouTube.
Okay, yeah. It
It is
was.
you're not crazy this time.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I'm not. But I mean, but how many people legitimately, without Googling it, can remember the show?
I can't.
Do you know what I mean?
The name sounds familiar, but that could be probably because of Bruce Springsteen and the East Street Band, maybe, I don't know. Smitlord said, I still have all the Bond games released for consoles since License to Kill on the Match. So fuck, that's some going, man. And yes, Johnny or Jono, Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks 2-pack will be a must. I don't think there's enough plastic to get the two of them into figures.
You know what I'm gonna do?
He also says Snake Eater had two versions. I had the Subsistence one where it was a third-person camera.
Yeah, that's
the first release was the static camera version. No, the first one was third-person as well, was it not?
I thought with him. I mean, I could be wrong, but are these still the Bond games we're talking about?
No, Snake Eater. He's on about.
Oh yes.
They're three.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they're all third-person, aren't they? Pretty much.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they were top down. I think you had the ability to do first person in some of them.
Yeah, you did.
For sections or whatever it was, camera change. But I know the Bond games were all first person from what I can remember.
The second Silent Hill is very good, to be fair.
Yeah. See, that's the one. That's the one that's more sought after than the first.
Resident Evil hasn't aged well, but a massive jump forward in game design at the time. Yeah.
No. I agree at the time, John. At the time, it's just I played it there recently, and the original without the remaster, and it's just gonna go. I was like, oh man, this doesn't hit the same for me at all. This is really kind of.
The first time I'll tell you a story about Resident Evil. The first time I bought Resident Evil, I think I may have been around 12 or 13 or so. And do you know the cover where Chris is on the thing with the gun? I thought when I was buying it, oh, this looks like an army game or something. So I bought it. I had no fucking idea what it was about, like, and turned it on, and you see that fucking mad intro scene where they're like,
with the dogs and fucking everything else, like that.
Or whatever, all this kind of crap. And then when the first zombie came out, I was like, what the fuck? It actually freaked the shit out of me. I had nightmares and everything about it. But I got over it and I finished it.
Like, I mean, I remember some of my fondest memories are with that game, like playing it, especially with my mate Phil, Boogie Bop, like. He fucking like loved it, man. And I know fucking like Paddy loved it. And there's a lot of us that love the Resident Evil games. But yeah, I just recently, when I went back and played, like, I was actually, and that's why I said I was kind of going, why didn't they fucking do a full scale remaster on the first, like they did with 2 and 3? Like, I know they remastered it and re-released. They did a re-release with like slightly better graphics and
a lot of people
controls
have
and stuff
as well, to be fair.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see them do a complete remaster, like.
Splinter Cell, I first played on the Xbox. Sam Fisher, what a game as well.
Yes.
System Shock and X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. System Shock is another one. It's a great game as well. Brian, still need to open that Null and Venom 2-pack. I am in class. Both figures are very cool. I'd be interested to see how you get on with the wings with Venom, actually, because mine weren't great. Smitler said, only Aussie shows that matter are Around the Twist and Pugwall Summer. You're missing Home and Away. The Paul Hogan show was pretty cool too. Smitler says third person over the shoulder cam, not the static. I get you now. Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of over the shoulder type thing. But what is what's, and this is another take to ask the guys in the comments as we're waffling about games here. What is everyone's preference? Third person, first person? What do you lean more to? I'm a third person gamer. I love me a character on screen. I can see it. I play first person games if they're kind of aesthetically and horror, but Call of Duty's and all that, like, it's not my jam at all. Like,
no, I don't mind either. I would probably prefer third person.
You can kind of venture in and out, can't you?
It doesn't put me off either way.
I just prefer. I'm more of a. My preferred would be third person.
Baz says he loves the Streets of Rage games. You should try out the new one,
fucking
Streets of Rage 4. It's fantastic. It's really good on Xbox or PlayStation. So we've never gotten this far without doing Art Corner. So
I mean, to be fair, we do waffle a fair amount in the opening credits. Like,
we do waffle
we do.
a lot. But no, that video game thing came from Show and Tell. So yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm all for fucking talking about stuff like that. I mean, I think that's a meaty conversation for a lot of folks in the chat as well that love the old.
And I will post tomorrow what games I do get. Okay, so we're going to start it off with Mick.
Yes, let's go for Mick's Miniature Minis.
Mick's Mini Mania, Tubbs. Get it right.
Professor Blue Tongue, huh?
Professor Blue Tongue?
No, Blue Tongue.
Who the fuck is that like? Okay.
Mick.
oh, Blue Thumb. Oh, yeah, now I get you. So, as I said to Mick, he's representing for Limerick, 4-time All-Ireland champions in a row.
Yeah, I've noticed he's been very much in the vein of the green and the orange in the last few weeks.
He is repping Limerick like I love it.
Repping it.
Mangafang.
Absolutely fire, son.
Mick loves the salamanders now. That is fantastic, though. I love the colors here. Of course, I love the colors. They're green. Just other views.
It's just like, and I don't know. Is it obviously it's the shade of the light on the black on the arm, but like that fucking just looks fucking really cool. Like,
yeah, it's really well done. It's really
the way
smooth and everything.
it's coming across. Like, you don't know if it's actually like the tone or the shade of the paint, or if it's like an actual reflection.
Well, check that. Vince on the back are absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All fucking little tiny details. Like,
you can even see like it looks battle worn or used or something like that. I don't know what the correct word is, but yeah, worn in maybe. Yeah, he's about to blast someone to bits there. That is class. Dum, 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 dum.
Do you know what it's like? It's like a fucking like a green and black Hulkbuster.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Loving the green, Mick.
Yeah.
That is awesome, though, Mick. And James McGurk says, class Mick, love the Ultramarines.
Ultramarines.
Simon says, Mint, the end of your brush, Mick, must be like a pinhead. There's a joke to be made there, but I'm not going to do it.
Oh, man, fuck.
No, you don't do it either, Tubbs.
Okay.
It was going to be at your expense, like, but anyway.
Ah, fuck it.
But, yeah, that is fucking class. I remember a board game years ago that had called Space Hulk. These guys were in it. Space Marines.
I mean, I remember. I mean, I can't remember. Was it Warhammer? Was it fucking? Was there another one? Yeah. What was the games that were like that when we were like younger?
Space Crusade was one of them.
Was it Space Crusade? Was it the board game you bought in Smith's? It was fucking.
Yeah, that was the one I had. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might have been the one I had as well, and it was like you had the thing with the doorways and stuff, didn't you?
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, I had the same one.
Yeah, it was all separated up, and I loved that game, dude. I mean, I had no notion how to fucking play it properly.
Yeah, I hadn't a fucking clue what was going on.
Yeah, but I used to fucking wage war with my armies and stuff.
Cheers, guys. Cheers, Mick, for sending in. Absolutely,
very welcome, Mick.
Look at those two motherfuckers.
Oh, look at the
right
goal,
there.
the goal fucking wings in the front out.
I would say it's me and you, but he's too close to height there. Like,
Yeah.
he says, painting a third at the moment, and this stage rather switch to blue, lads. No, you got to stick with the Ireland champions, my friend. They'll just think you're so you're going to be repping the Dublin football Ireland champions.
I think one more week repping the green, then you just got to go fucking like a completely alternate palette. Then
Next one is from Manga Fandanga. So
oh fuck me,
Tubbs has definitely got an erection already. Anyway,
oh
it
man,
was from
like,
my
and
young
I
brother.
don't even know if it's because of the boobs or the fucking art.
It was from my
but
younger
it's
brother.
something.
Nine Connection is his business, and yeah, this is fucking class. Everything happens for a reason. On her arm, Tubbs still looking at her tits though.
Fuck
But anyway,
me,
that is fucking brilliant, man.
that is some sexy art.
Fair point, Brian. Make our money taking the piss, man. Don't do what you want to do.
Fair point, Brian.
Nice one, mate.
So who is the inspiration for this art? I'm trying to place who it is.
So Tubbs can add her on Facebook later.
I hardly think this is a fucking real person, dude. And then again, maybe it is. But no, it's fucking. It's pretty fucking cool design.
Yeah, it is fucking awesome. Has to be said.
I also love as well because I always say like I always bring this up. I'm always trying to like decipher how much black and grey goes on a black top when you're coloring it. You know, obviously I know it's all dependent on light or whatever and shadow, but I love the way I love the way Sai has kind of like, you know, like brought it over on the shoulder. It really looks like the light is kind of coming over her.
Smith Lord says, I've got fuck all this week, no excuses, I just couldn't be arsed in the slightest.
Dude,
But
I was off my fucking trolley and meds. So
what I was laughing
fucking
at
arse doing anything myself. I totally get it.
What I was laughing at is his next comment. If she smokes, she pokes. Awesome work. I love it.
Well, he's not wrong.
Well, I don't know. That's amazing, Sai.
Yeah.
As amazing. Cheers, Jono. Cheers, Chris. Mick. Yeah, fandangatastic work.
Manga Fandanga. No, I can't even do it. It's like,
Manga Fandanga.
It's fandangatastic.
Pete, now you're after fucking me up, Tubbs.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Manga
after fucking up your train of thought as well, my friend.
Manga fandangatastic. There we go.
And I'll be honest, the shading on the boobs are amazing.
Is it good? See.
Yes, it is.
You didn't even catch that, did you?
I'm too busy looking at the boobs.
Okay, Tubbs. One last look at this fantastic art.
You're fantastic. Deadly.
Okay. So that's this week's art corner.
Okay, so we are. Okay, can I just say one thing? Is can people put in the comments as well, right? Just throw some ideas for me to draw something for next week's show because I'm fucking. I kind of like when people throw out ideas for me to try something, a new character or just something different.
Let me think now. Seems it's close to hand.
Do you want me to draw him?
Kazuya. Or some Tekken character of your choosing.
Okay. I can try and do something.
But let people in the comments give a go as well.
But still, do you know why? Because if people in the comments actually want to, even if I do decide to do like Tekken next week, at least I'll have options to kind of go. I can dig into that for the week after.
Tekken X Street Fighter or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, there you go. That's an idea.
Or what's your favorite fighting game?
Well, Street Fighter or Tekken would be up there with two of the top ones. I don't know.
Okay, so
and Mortal Kombat obviously as well.
For next, that's a good idea.
Soul Blade.
Okay, so for next week, Simon says we should all pick a turtle each. TMNT. That's a great idea.
Okay, and yeah, okay, and does it have to be fully colored, black and white, or is that the artist's
I
choice?
would probably say whatever way you want to do it.
And I think Brian should even give it a crack next week.
No, No chance.
Dude, even if
That's
it's a
one
stick
thing.
man with a fucking coloured thing
Even
on
when
it.
even when I was younger, when I used to draw a little bit, Turtles was the
Yeah.
one thing that I always
Okay,
had a
okay, I'm up for that.
You can
TMNT
choose
is a
amongst
good one, and then
yourselves.
Tekken. Or
Choose amongst
TMNT versus Tekken.
Connor says
We have
Tubbs.
options.
Tubbs draw E Honda teabagging Chun-Li. Oh God, giving her the stink face.
Oh, Connor, even if I don't get it for the show, I'll draw that and send it directly to you, my friend.
Manga Fandanga and Chris both going for Leonardo.
It's also like, I mean, obviously, like we get to pick who it is, yeah.
Well, Smithlord, I have to say now, he says beat you by a second there, Si, but Manga Fandanga's comment came up first. So yeah, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, look, every one of you can do Leonardo if you want, but I'm doing Raphael.
Jonathan said Yoshimitsu Manga Fandanga picked Raphael first.
Fuck, look, it doesn't really matter. Do you know what? We can do a manga and a manga.
Okay, Tubbs, you're doing Mikey. There you go.
Do you know what? I can do fucking Mikey, so I'll do Mikey.
Yeah.
With pizza and nunchucks and skateboards galore.
Jonathan said Yoshimitsu gets my vote. Fine, I'll do Mikey.
I'm doing Mikey.
You're
Nobody wants to do Donnie.
So here we go.
Did anybody pick Donatello?
Manga Fandanga says, for fuck's sake, I'll do April.
Oh, okay. So if we're doing TMNT, it doesn't have to be actually a TMNT turtle, does it? It can be anyone.
Mikey Casey with the perfect time. You won't do me at all soon. Who's going to do Mikey?
We'll do Mikey. We'll all do Mikey.
Fuck it, I'll do Casey and Usagi.
That's what I was just about to ask. Like I said, can we do
rabbits and Casey at once?
Casey, see, Smithlord wants to do it.
Okay, so I'll do it. So, Tubbs, you're doing Mikey, as I said. Even Manga Fandanga said Brian chooses for us all. Who's the fourth one actually? Now that I think of it,
Donatello.
Not the fourth turtle, dickhead. The fourth person.
Oh, okay.
So Smithlord is doing Raphael and Sai is doing Leonardo, and someone needs to draw Donnie then.
So yeah, so we need one more artist to draw Donatello. Or
nobody's gay for Mole Man. Wrong franchise. Oh, down I go.
Or the Rat King.
Okay, so I'm sure lots of people in the comments are going to enjoy this. It's time to sift through the wreckage of Secret Invasion Episode 6.
Okay, let's get into it. Mikey Casey showed up for just this alone.
Mikey said, I'm doing Shredder. I've been fired for shagging the office supplies.
Mikey, if you want to do some art, by the way, but all jokes aside, man.
Just said I'll draw Donatello.
You draw Donatello and send it to Brian for next week.
Oh, Manga Fandanga's at throwing on the gauntlet. Why don't we come on and do it live?
Oh, don't do that to me. I fucking pressure.
I'm not going to put any pressure on anyone, like, so. If some of you want to,
I mean, like, we could do, like.
Well, it's up to yourselves, like.
I mean, yeah, I suppose. I mean, like, yeah, but it won't be fucking detailed all high end, like.
Well, you don't need it. It's only a bit of fun, like, at the end of the day.
Yeah. Do you know, see, this is the part of the drawing thing I need to get through my brain, right? That not everything has to be perfect or like a masterpiece every time I do it, or close as that I tried to get it.
We've done over 100 episodes of this thing. Do you really think we've been perfect any episode?
Oh God, I still to this day don't think any of my art is perfect, dude, in any way, shape, or form. I still look at mistakes galore on my work, but we'll look into that more during the week. So about the live thing.
Mikey says I'm going to go on mute for it, but still have to finish Secret Wars or Secret Invasion.
Good.
Whichever one this is.
Secret Invasion. We're not at the wars yet, but
Brian, can we all pretend you and Tubbs talked about Secret Invasion and move on to Twisted Metal or SDCC or even Subpar fucking 7 and said, but John, I think sometimes tearing apart something is just as fun as talking about something we enjoyed.
It's kind of like therapy. You know, when you have
Sharing
something
is
in your
hard,
head,
mate. Now
you need to get it out.
you all know
Okay,
that.
so who wants to go first? You want to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go first.
Now you know that you will actually always take the piss out of me and say I'm a Marvel fanboy, right?
Yeah, I know. This is the running joke between us. Yeah,
But I know when something is shit, it's shit. Like, and
but
Secret
shit
Invasion.
for so many different reasons. But you know what I mean?
I'll tell you one thing, right? I wasn't too bad about this episode until the last 20 minutes, or the show in general. I was like, it's all right. It's not going to have any consequences going forward, probably. And yeah, but
Yeah.
whatever fucking idiot. And they're saying now it was Kevin Feige's idea, which I don't believe for some reason.
I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
we
don't
gotta
know
set
anymore.
spoilers, by the way, for everyone here. Spoilers. We're gonna go
Well,
rip
the
the episode
show
apart.
was what spoiled my day. So. No, it was
Yes.
terrible. It was terrible. Gravik was a grand villain, but what possessed him to do what they did in that last episode at all? The fight between Gravik and Jorwan.
Not even the fight, dude. They just caused a colossal issue with the outcome of that fight.
I don't think that. I don't think that. Because
I mean, unless they do something fucking ridiculous, like it's a Nerf potion, yay! You know, it's.
I don't think she'll be back because she was terrible.
Oh, I think she will. I mean, then again, you know, it's like Nick Fury. Nick Fury comes down from space, and he's like, "We gotta stop the invasion." And then he does a few things, and he kind of whinges and cries.
The only cool thing that came out of this episode was, or this series, I'll say, is there's a bit of drama now about Rhodey going into Armor Wars.
And I don't know, people are probably still going to get mad at me for my take on that whole thing.
The director himself said that's where he was taken. So you can
and I call
you can shove
bollocks.
Up the pubs.
No, I swear to God, if it is, and I know we talked about it, and
it doesn't make sense any other way. So yeah, you could be right.
It doesn't make sense if it is either as well. But this seems like a stupid fucking thing for them to have done, because there's so many fucking other like things where you can look back at and kind of go, that doesn't really fucking look like. Oh, man, look, I'll let you finish. I'll get into the I have so many issues.
I know. Go on, tell me about the blood thing. Because I wanted.
No, it's not even got to do with the blood. I know people are pointing like, or he has said a couple of things that were kind of a bit off Brody kilter. But I don't think this was planned like beforehand, if you get me.
No, but it obviously.
Like, you know, like 11 years in advance. There's no way they had Skrulls planned 11 years ago. So all of this stuff with Tony, it seems like it's now a retcon. And I don't, and you know yourself, when retcons happen, it kind of pokes more holes in the story going forward than it ever had to begin with. I think it's going to end up causing more issue. Now, if they do it right in Armor Wars, and it is this thing where he's like massive PTSD about Tony and everything, and they really deliver and bring it full circle, then I'm all in. Then I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool. It actually worked. But at the moment, this show did nothing to really kind of like let you know. Well, that's when he was taken. And a lot of people, and they're saying it's like speculation. Oh, you'll find out in Armor War. No, it's because you don't fucking actually know yet.
No, I think
because you haven't thought that fucking far ahead.
I think that's the only way. Like, have you read Armor Wars, the book?
No.
Well, basically, it's similar. It's a similar situation where Tony becomes an alcoholic and War Machine becomes Iron Man because Tony's like out of action and all.
So you think it's going to be
all his tech goes on the open market kind of thing, and all like the Russians and these people. That's where you get Crimson Dynamo and all these guys become.
Okay. But so do you think it's going to be a case of Rhodey will be the alcoholic and then?
No. What I'm saying is Tony is dead, and Rhodey has been missing for however many years now. The real Rhodey, like the real Colonel James Rhodey or whatever.
Yeah, but like,
I think Iron Man tech will fall into the wrong hands again, kind of thing, and he'll have to fucking snap his fucking.
But it's
shit
even the thing with Gravik, dude, right? His plan, like. They even kind of said that like Gravik didn't go rogue until after Endgame. Like, you know, when Nick Fury came back and just kind of like went and left him, which was after Endgame. That's when Gravik went rogue. So I was kind of going like, so who was stealing all the fucking people before that then? If he only went rogue after Endgame, there's a lot of fucking. But you want to know the biggest issue I have with this episode? It's not the super fucking Skrull fight. It's not the thing. It's. Do you remember when Tony Stark, or when not Tony Stark, when Nick Fury shows up, to the fucking place to meet Gravik?
That's
Do you remember
that's
he's good,
eventually-
and he's
that's eventually
walking up
around.
and he has the monitor and he's he's coughing and his cough's getting worse the entire way in, and then he finally gets to Gravik. Who the fuck was that for? When the reveal is like, oh, that's Gaia. It's like, who the fuck was Gaia? Like
It was,
showing.
it was to make him look weak.
Oh no, but I'm saying is before he got in the door, there was no one around. Like there was no one there, so she was basically coughing for the whole walk into that building until she met Gravik for us, the
He could
audience.
see her on the CCTV, couldn't he?
Yeah, but dude, do you know what I mean? Like I get it. I was kind of going like, and then you had one of the best. I'll tell you, this is what pissed me off as well. You have one of, in my opinion, one of the better villain portrayals in the MCU in a long time in Gravik. I thought he was a stellar villain. And even that performance when he had Fury by the head, you kind of felt bad for him because we were going to, everything he's fucking saying is right. Fury kind of fucked him
Yeah,
over.
he fucked off and left him.
Because
Like, yeah.
Fury, in my opinion, did fucking nothing in this show. He showed up, caused a fuckload of trouble, and fucked off for his bitch at the end.
Yeah,
You know,
that was.
he really
that
did
was-
nothing.
that-
He
that
actually
was-
did nothing, you know, to contribute. And then Talos, poor fucking Talos, all right, dies for he's kind and dies for fucking Fury. And then that fucking prick of a president's like, shoot them all in the head, fucking kill them all. They're all dirty fucking. Do you know, I was going to go like.
It's imitating art.
I was going to go, yeah, I was going to go
Art
like,
imitating
how?
life.
And then at the very end of it, you're seeing all this play out. You're kind of going like, man, Fury really did fucking nothing but make everything worse.
You know what made me really fucking mad? It was like the president saying that at the very end. He should have said that at the very fucking start. How fucking good would 6 episodes of that been?
Yeah,
People
do you know what I mean? It's
fucking
like fucking. It's
rising
or
up
you
against
see,
the fucking scrolls and all this kind of shit. Like that would have
yeah,
been.
I mean,
class.
like fucking, like I'll ask you a thing. Do you think this should have been a saga instead of just a show?
It should have been an Avengers movie.
Like an entire phase, maybe.
It should have instead of Secret Wars. They got so carried away with fucking Secret War. This should have been the follow up to Endgame. This should have been
Yes,
the next
this
big
should have been
fucking thing.
the new saga that
Crap
went
all
into
the
phase
phases,
4.
like.
Because you could have built this up over three phases, dude.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Secret War could have been the big Skrull fight.
You
know?
could have done, right? Remember phase through one through 4, right? Where they all had their solo movies and they all dealt with their individual threats. You could have done that again, but then like had like stingers at the end of each one about Skrull appearing here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, and it could have been the same design, but
Yeah.
it would have worked.
Yeah, I thought.
But,
yeah.
But overall, look, was this the worst Marvel show? I don't know. Like, I don't know. The payoff, the last episode was annoying as fuck. But then you have Gaia, and I don't hate Amelia Clark
I think she's
anywhere close
terrible.
as you do.
I think
really
no,
don't like
I
her.
don't hate her. I don't hate
No,
her.
you're not a fan of
No,
her as an actress.
I just think she's a
And you're
terrible
allowed.
actress.
Yeah.
And she's handed everything as well.
But my problem with that whole thing, like, not that she got mutated into the super fucking thing. That was the plan they were going for whatever. But seeing some of the fucking abilities she has now, like she's Captain Marvel, Thanos, do you know? Like I was kind of going, I was like, she's fucking like the most powerful fucking. She'd wipe out the entire fleet
But he
by
also
herself
had,
now.
But listen though, he also had that power and he lasted 5 minutes.
Yeah, but now this is another pet peeve, right? Like all these powers, right? And because
And use them all at once.
super Skrull. No, but he died of the hands of a super Skrull because that's how powerful she is now because she has all the powers. Now there's no one left to fucking, you know. This is kind of what I think that was setting up for. Like, it's like, oh, she's the most powerful being in the world now, which kind of is something Marvel always does. they kind of overpower
Mm.
and then have to overpower another person to rally them. And
It's
then
like
you're
they
kind of,
nerf them a little bit.
but then you're left with too many overpowered characters. You know what I mean?
I don't know though. I thought they've handled the power fucking levels pretty well. I thought like they showed with
Oh no, like I mean, I
especially-
don't hate that fight. I actually enjoyed that fight sequence. I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh, I don't like.
I've seen all these powers, but there's another thing about it, right? Can
It
you
didn't
explain
suit-
something to me about these powers? Do you know when they got the powers?
Mm.
Did their brain, like I don't know, instantly figure out how to use these powers?
Mm.
Because even when she's in the air and he's choking her, and then like Mantis's fucking things come out, and she's just sleep, and he just, I'm going, how would she know to do that though?
How does she know Mantis? Like, yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I was kind of going, it's like, is there a subconscious thing attached to these powers, and that's how they can kind of readily use them, or is it just, you know, because
Tops.
it was like
A
you're
wizard-
going to
a
have
wizard did it.
Drax's arm now, and you're going to have this power, and then we're going to have fucking, you know, Ebony Maw fucking powers happen, and yeah, so there was no rhyme or reason to it. It was like, oh, look at all these cool powers these two have now, you know.
Manga Fandango says all I got from Secret Invasion is that Nick Fury loves Green Gash.
Green Gash and fucking likes to get paid overtime money to do fuck all.
It's shit for all the reasons, Tubbs.
Yeah.
If you
All the
grow-
reasons we mentioned.
If you could grow an arm like Drax or the Hulk, think what wanks you could have.
Oh, man, fuck me.
As long as
Now,
you could grow the
speaking
other
of
parts.
wanks, I gotta go fucking bathroom every 2 seconds.
Twisted Tubbs, everybody. Jonathan said Drax's DNA contains his tattoo designs. The head of Fury when Talos died. I have to say, I burst out laughing. Oh no. So stupid, like. Jonathan said the entire plot for the show makes zero sense. Why would a space-faring race like the Skrulls need humans who have zero ships to find them a planet? Well, because they were using Captain Marvel, though, weren't they? Because I think the Kree had taken all of their stuff. They'd pretty much burned them out of it. Me and Jono are both looking for a purple woolly hat. And that fucking hat, lol. Jonathan said Amelia Clark is meant to be super cool as a person, but man, she needs to get a better agent. She will never be an action hero. Put her in rom-coms. Yeah, she was terrible in that Terminator Genesis as well. What the hell is he doing? He's got now whipping Bruno, I think.
Yeah,
For
sorry,
me-
buddy.
Were you whipping Bruno again?
Yes.
For me, wouldn't the first one to use Captain Marvel's powers would have been fucked the other right up? Yeah, she's the fucking most powerful, like. Pretty much so. Smidlord says, I grow tits like Black Panther and Black Widow and sorry, got distracted for a second. Yeah.
No, but
Like-
you know what I mean? Is like I know we joke about it and stuff, but if you really do like look at it from like, you know, as realistic a point as you want it from the MCU or whatever, like, you know, Captain Marvel alone, having the powers of Captain Marvel alone, you're like overpowered as fuck. And you had all those other powers and stuff, dude, like there's nobody that can rival you, like,
Yeah.
you know. And if
Like-
and going off the Mantis thing, unless that was just, you know, the writers were like, oh, Mantis does the thing that says sleep, and now she's been choked, and if she does the sleep, she'll get, you know, it's they wrote it in for the power to suit what they were doing, without any explanation whatsoever.
I just think like that whole fight at the end was totally against what the show had been for 6 episodes. The tone was
I mean,
fucked out the window, basically.
yeah, I think it goes back to what I was saying anyway recently about the shows. I think this is what's happening with the MCU is I think this is a prime example. They just need to go back to the movie formula. The shows aren't working for them.
No.
And I don't know if it's like you said before, is if you want to like introduce someone like the Silver Surfer and just give new audience a look at Silver Surfer, do one of those specials, the hour-long specials. And because it worked for the fucking horror one they did, and it was I was sitting there going, this is fucking epic.
But I think that worked because it was so different to anything they'd
But
ever
that's
done
what I
before.
mean is like
It was
you
black and
have
white
all
as
these
well.
things be different.
But anyway, let's move away from one
Yeah.
Marvel
Anyway,
show.
look, I think the lads can kind of more or less. We were not down to clown with the fucking season finale of of Nick
Clowns,
Fury's
the special topic for this
green
week.
gash bash. Like,
Yeah, that was just so fucking weird as well when he was kissing her at the end. Ah.
yeah, and not even that. Like, I mean, because I've seen so many people. It was like, oh man, it seemed like a genuinely romantically shot scene and everything, and it was cool, whatever. Like, you know, but I don't know. Nick Fury just seems so out of character in so many moments in the show.
Mm.
Like, I know he's supposed to be, you know, PTSD Nick Fury and Joe like that, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I won't be rewatching it anyway, is all I'm saying.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Jonathan said the specials were good, but the rest of Disney Plus shows have been fucking awful. No, they weren't all awful. I enjoyed them.
No,
all
I
of them
don't
as
think
well.
they've all been awful. I genuinely do think that there's a couple of good hitters. Like WandaVision, I really enjoyed. Hawkeye was a sleeper for me. I really enjoyed the shit out of that.
Smith Lord said,
Loki,
I think
and I'm actually really looking forward to Loki season 2.
I think they should go a bit different for the next series. Try something like Captain Britain and MI13. The comic series with the balls and lent into the Excalibur bit. I agree with what Jonathan says, though. Problem is none of the shows are based on the comics. Well, the Hawkeye one was kind of the closest, I think, without all the foul moutedness and.
I mean, Hawkeye was the show that everyone like joked about being like the worst, right? It's like, oh, it's a Hawkeye show. How fucking entertaining can it be? And it ended up being, because it wasn't, as you said, it wasn't over the top. It just did it. It stayed on the ground and did its thing.
It was okay. You know? It wasn't.
No, I mean, I genuinely liked it. I genuinely had like a lot more fucking fun coming out of that show. I was like, I actually fucking like that. I'd actually rewatch that show more than I would have the others.
I haven't. The only one I've rewatched, I think, is Loki, bits and pieces of it. None of the rest of them I've rewatched. I watched 1 or 2 episodes of WandaVision again when it came out.
Yeah,
but
I did love WandaVision.
True that, and it's shown too. But I still think they don't need to be doing these big fucking light shows at the end of every show to finish it. Like, be fucking original.
Do you know what I think it is? I don't think they need to be doing these big fuck off huge, you know, like fucking, because that's what their movies are for. To put this fucking stuff on the Marvel and the hugeness of the content into these big movies.
Hugeness.
What the shows need, if you're not going to put those moments into the shows, then the shows genuinely need to connect the dots a little better. Like there seems to be, if you're going to do a show on a character, then that show should have ramifications for the movies coming.
I enjoyed Hawkeye 2, Tubbs, says James.
I did, of course, James. It was very good. I enjoyed it. It was the one I didn't think I'd enjoy, and I ended up liking probably the most.
G-Force is in the house. Mr. G.
G-Force. And Loki. I loved Loki.
So, onto Loki Season 2. They dropped the trailer yesterday.
Yes.
What did you think of it?
I thought they showed way too much, if I'm being honest.
Will we show it here now?
Yeah, come on. Now, I mean, look, I think this will be... It looks like it's a buddy cop kind of comedy adventure type thing with Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston.
They seem to have answered the question about a recast as well, in that there won't be one.
Yes. Well, to be fair, hadn't he shot scenes in this already?
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
but if they've kept him in it, he's.
I mean, look, I'll put it to you this way. Look, if Ezra Miller can fucking still keep his role, if your man doesn't get prison, I think he'll be kept.
Oh.
I love this casting choice, by the way.
Same, yeah.
Right here, absolutely.
We have a
First
little
thing
bit
I
of
saw,
a situation we wanted to run by you.
Mobius! Wow!
Short run.
Great to see you again.
That's what's
been happening.
That's clean.
Wow. Time slipping.
Wait, you know that?
Yeah.
You've seen that?
Yeah.
Can you fix that?
No. It's impossible to time slip in the TVA.
I know, but we just saw it happen.
Yeah.
It's just such a good scene.
I've been pulled through time between the past and the present.
Hello?
If what I saw is
This
true,
is a new spin in it, right?
there's nothing that stands between this world and utter destruction.
Only one way to find out. A little good old-fashioned legwork. Listen, we have different styles. You're a man of action, which is fine. I take a more slow, deliberate, cerebral approach. It's really goodbye.
It's up to us to save this place.
Is this cracked?
Yeah, okay.
Whatever we do, we're playing God.
We are gods. But how do you choose who lives and who dies? Make the hard choice. It's him.
You better run!
War is on its way.
Come on, you're the god of mischief.
Always have been. Always will be.
A little over the top, don't you think? I thought it was spot on.
It's got a very Doctor Who feel to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, very, very much so. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I loved season 1, so and
I'm the same.
Actually, is. Go on.
No, I was saying is I agree with you completely. I thought season 1 was fantastic.
It's the first show as well to actually get a second season, isn't it? The only one so
Yes,
far, anyway.
Which is kind of
Indicative.
Do you know what I mean? No, but you know what it is? It's one of those things that you can kind of just tell that this, even when this show happened, I remember even saying it like after watching him, like Hawkeye. It was weird, right? It was weird. It was kind of like all the TV shows, and I know this isn't what they were doing, but it kind of seemed like they were subtly kind of building the young Avengers in the background through these shows as well. You know, taking all these younger characters like Kate Bishop and all this kind of stuff. But the Loki one genuinely was the one show. I know one that did. I know one division kind of connected, kind of to where the Marvels is now, and Multiverse of Madness in a way. But the Loki TV show kind of genuinely did kind of connect to fucking Ant-Man Quantum Mania. It fucking, you know, it's connected to kind of like what's happening going forward. It was the one show that really felt like there was consequences to what
It was the first. It was my voice cracked there. It was the first one that kind of showed the cracking of the multiverse, really.
Yes, for the what was to come. Like what I mean is that for me it was like when I watched it, I was kind of going, oh, this is like the first show that really made me feel like what's happening here matters what's coming, because it was Kang and it was the multiverse and all this, and because when I watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I was kind of going, oh, he's Captain America now, but it didn't really feel, even though they did build stuff into other stuff, but it didn't feel like it mattered.
It will though once Captain America 4
Yeah, it
comes
will.
out,
Like, I mean, it down the road eventually. But Loki was the one that really on the nose made you going to go, oh, this actually did what happened. What's happening right now is important. You know.
But that's because it happened pretty soon after. That's
so
the
connection felt better.
That's the whole problem with the internet, instant gratification thing.
Yeah, I mean, it has ruined the best of us.
Off topic for Mo, Sai, Leonardo, Chris, Raphael, Tubbs, Michelangelo. Mikey said he was doing Donatello, I think, but I don't know. He's gone off now, I think. Hawkeye, Werewolf by Night, Guardians, and Moon Knight were the only ones I finished. G-Man, I finished them all. I think.
All the shows or the movies?
All the shows. Secret Invasion was definitely the worst one. After that was Miss Marvel, maybe, but that's.
I mean, and that's like low praise, man, as well, because like a lot of people hated She-Hulk.
Yeah, I had forgotten She-Hulk. Thanks for that.
Yeah. Did you see actually that Tatiana Maslany?
She had to go off the fucking.
She fucking came out and she kind of like bashed Bob Iger fucking for like. I was kind of going, and I've seen a lot of people going, like, she knows there's no season 2 coming.
Yeah. Hey,
G4
says, I finally scooped up the 66 backer. That's awesome.
Nice, very good, dude. Very good.
Loki was finished before all the major legal drama came out. Yeah, but they could have still cut that story out, so it's obviously they're still going forward with it.
I mean, yeah, I think they're still keeping it. They're not going to like. It seems like they're not going to recast or reshoot until they know they have to.
I reckon it'll be 6 G-Force.
What, the Loki show, is it?
Yeah, that was the last one.
But wasn't the first one? I think the first season was 9. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, it was 6. Definitely 6.
Was it? Okay.
It does look good, but it will be a decent first episode, so second and third, and then cram everything into the last two. That seems to
Yeah,
be
see,
the
now look, I mean, I know that's the running joke, but that genuinely does seem to be the kind of the design of the most of the shows, doesn't it?
6. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. G4 says only MCU haven't seen is the newest Guardians and Spidey.
They're two great
Uh,
ones, dude. You should watch those.
Chris says, yeah, just following the formula. I just hope they don't show all the good stuff in the trailer. They usually I think that's the first trailer. So when they release a second trailer, probably give that a
And
skip.
we know Brian does not like to watch second and third trailers.
I
He
rarely
barely
watch
likes to
trailers.
watch first ones.
If it's something that I want to see in the cinema or I want to see straight away, I don't
Yeah.
watch two and three because they're usually the storyline trailers.
Yeah, and I do find that as well, just because that was my biggest thing. It's like even watching the Saw trailer a while ago. The whole movie's in the fucking trailer practically. Well, that we know of. Yeah, and even the Loki season 2 one, it's like oh shit, it seems like they're showing a hell of a lot in this trailer.
So
You know,
away
too much gets put in trailers these days.
away from Marvel for now.
Okay.
The biggest surprise for me so far this year. You've probably seen the trailer for it. I know you haven't seen any episode of it so far, but trash I was going to say. Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal. Do you know? I joked at you a while ago. You sent me the listings of what we were going to kind of like try and cover tonight, and I was going Twisted Metal, Invincible. Just I've downloaded half of this week's content. I have yet to watch.
Special Irish TV channel, yeah.
Yeah, and I still have not seen half of it.
So for those of you who don't know, I'm sure everyone in the chat knows, Twisted Metal. It used to be it was a PlayStation exclusive, and it's basically demolition derby with guns. We drive around shooting the shit out of other cars. And I actually went back, and it's on my PlayStation Plus, I think, and played. Was it Twisted Metal Black on the PlayStation Plus the other night? And it's so stupid. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, look. I mean, as I said, it's not a game that has aged well in any way.
But I did give it a good go, and I did play it for a while. I ended up enjoying it by the end once I got used to controls and things. But yeah, the show, it has Anthony Mackie, it has Neve Campbell, it has Thomas Hayden Church, it has the girl whose name escapes me, who's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Is she in it, Rosita?
Yeah, she's the main female character.
Oh, cool! I like her, man. I like her.
She's absolutely brilliant in this. She's way better than Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
She's a fantastic actress, man. People don't realize that. She's Rosita from Brooklyn Nine-Nine and the voice of Maribel from Encanto.
I haven't seen Encanto.
But it's like fucking chalk and cheese. It's like just different, you know.
But no, it's just and Samoa Joe is playing Sweet Tooth, but Will
You're
Arnett
saying he's playing the character, but he's not voicing him.
He's acting him, but Will Arnett is voicing him, which is really weird.
Yeah.
But the show is so funny, and it's just every episode is just fun. Like,
how many episodes?
10.
10, because I downloaded the whole first
season. I'm on episode 6 now, and flying through it. It's great.
I will definitely watch it because I like the trailer for it, and I like the cast. So I'll definitely watch it this week, and we can banter in more detail next week.
Well, it's just a ton of fun. Like, it's now Jonathan said 10 out of 10, so you can imagine how good it is.
Okay, so no, but I mean, like even the trailer looked like just balls to the wall, and I think like the concept for the game was balls to the wall. If you get me, do you know
and what like if you see the trailer, kind of doesn't do it justice either, because there's good.
Are you saying that the trailer doesn't give away the entire thing in the trailer?
Well, see, I didn't really watch the trailer because
that would be rare these days. My
the
friend.
game is a bit shit, like, so I expected the show to be a bit shit.
But,
and even,
I mean, outside of the game,
cheap from the outset.
But because I've seen pictures of Sweet Tooth, and he looked spot on from what he was in the game.
Which brings us back to clowns.
Yes, Jono.
I said that, not Jono, you twat.
No, but Jono hates the clowns.
Oh yeah, but yeah. Brian, they were still editing Secret Invasion after episode 1. And Disney's all over the fucking place at all, no plan at all. So Major still being in Loki would not surprise me if he's now out. Yeah, it's just great crack. G-Force says Twisted Metal looks wild. I did not expect Neve Campbell to be in it at all.
And is she good in it, dude?
You just have to watch it.
Oh, and does she in fact have a party for 5?
I had to. And no, Tubbs, she doesn't in fact scream.
So she's paid off the mortgage
You
on that
fucking
skyscraper,
child.
has she?
Ways of the Sith is here, eh, my friend? He
Story ways.
says, hey lads, got home late. Twisted Metal was amazing. I loved it so much. We gotta get to try more. My fucking language is terrible. We gotta try to get more people to watch it so it gets picked up for season 2.
Yeah.
I think it's gotten a massively good reception, so hopefully it does.
And I mean, it's got a fucking huge cast to it as well. It's not like it's like a cast of.
It's not exactly huge. It's just.
Oh, but I mean, there's a lot of big names attached to it. Anthony Mackie's one of the biggest fucking names at the moment.
And you know how much I
MCU.
don't like that motherfucker, but I actually really like him in this. It's a role that suits him.
I think, and this is what wrecks my head about Anthony Mackie, right? Is I think Anthony Mackie's persona outside of the characters he plays is what ruins Anthony Mackie for people, because he just comes off as such an egotistical shit.
So what you're saying is Anthony Mackie is the male Brie Larson.
Yeah, 100% yes. Yes, without even.
I will only
second
ever know
guessing
him
it.
as Clarence.
But I will be honest about it, right? I was watching a film the other night. What was it called, my friend? What was it called? Is it on here?
Tubbs
Is
is
it on
furiously
here?
Googling.
No.
Hey, Ways of the Sith. Subways.
New releases.
Samoa Joe was
Okay, there's a
amazing.
Jake Paul documentary I gotta watch.
He does. Samoa Joe didn't get a credit. He does. It says it on his real name at the end of the credits at the end of every episode.
What is his real name again?
I know something. I don't know. I can't remember. It's something.
Joe from Samoa.
It's not Joe from Samoa. You fucking go.
It's Joe from Samoa.
Hey, G.
He's the lad from Samoa, right?
Got a jet, dudes. Catch you on the flip side. I'll bash up a
Not a
raft.
bother,
Casey
dude.
and
Not a bother.
Spaggy Jobby for next week. Nice one, Lord. We'll catch you on the next one.
Oh yes. There was a film, right? Where
Did you Google his name?
No, but it was on the film I watched.
God,
it's from 2016. It's actually Brie Larson and Cillian Murphy. But if you were to see it, right? Cillian Murphy looks like Aaron Walsh in this movie.
Joel Sanoa. That's it.
Joel Sanoa. But yeah. So if anyone wants to watch Free Fire, she's actually fucking really charismatically good in this movie. Like
I've seen that.
She's
That's
not
like the one
annoying
where
at
they're
all.
all
She's
shitting each other
actually
and stuff.
pretty decent.
It's
actually a really good movie. It's from 2016.
Brie Larson you're talking about, right?
Yeah, Brie Larson. Yeah.
Oh, she's fantastic in whatchamacallit as well.
Like I mean, I know I rag on her. Like
Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim.
Yes, I've liked her in like she's fantastic in The Room as well. I mean, she's a really good actress.
What room is that?
The room with the chains and the bed, and the injections. I better shut up because I'm going to break so many laws right now. But it's the one she won the Oscar for. That movie, I think. Things. What?
Parents? I bet he has really nice parents.
Yes, he's very nice parents. I don't have a fucking clue what I'm rambling about, but it's there. It's there. But the point I'm making is she can be very good in some things.
She's a fantastic actress. What the fuck are you on about?
No, but like just obviously, like as I said, she's like Anthony Mackie. Her personality is what I don't like. She seems to have a really
have you met? Okay, so
pretentious fucking head in her, like.
So let me get this straight now for everyone in the chat, right? You just said you don't like her personality. How many conversations have you had with Brie Larson?
I don't have to have a conversation with her because I
yes,
can
you do.
already.
Yeah. No, you don't get it.
No.
You don't get a feeling.
Anthony Mackie's the same way. They just come across pretentious and degenerate. It was it and
so
shitty.
You're doing.
And I don't like.
You're doing the typical internet troll thing now of disliking.
If this is what feeds the bit
reason.
for Brie Larson for another 100 episodes, then hell yes, I am.
Thought you were better than that. Tom.
I need a reason to hate her for another 100 episodes, and it can't be just.
You haven't hated her for ages.
What?
Oh, you haven't hated her for ages.
I've hated her for 102 episodes.
Tubbsy Wubsy's room, Brino. G4 says rock and roll just showed up in the porch. Oh, that's awesome. He's a class figure. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, isn't the figure just arrived?
The G.I. Joe figure, yeah.
Oh, deadly out, deadly out.
Even Jonathan's a nice one, G-Force epic figure there. Yeah, I think Jonathan, you were probably one of the first.
Forgetting, yeah. So like G-Force,
You're one
what
of the
time is
first
it
to get
actually over in your place now?
Early in the day, I would presume about 6 or 7 hours.
Is it 5 hours or G-Forces?
I don't know.
G-Force, depending on
Tubbs
the
wants,
code.
Tubbs wants to know what time it is where you are.
Yeah, so I'm assuming it would be maybe 6 or 7 o'clock. Maybe
I don't know.
5, 6. Yeah.
But Tubbs liking Brie Larson, what the fuck did that dentist do to you, man?
Oh man, that dentist fucking like did stuff to me, buddy.
He pulled the hate out of him. So yeah, also
he ripped the hate out of my face.
Also this week, I know you didn't watch it, Tubbs, but I watched
Invincible.
Resident Evil Dead Island.
I literally had it on a while ago and the kids were calling me, so I turned it back off.
New animation. It's good. It's all right. Like
I heard it's one of the better ones, right?
It's pretty cool because you get Jill, Chris, Leon, and Claire all on screen at the same time.
Oh, so it's the 4 characters you want.
Yeah, and Jill is absolutely classy.
It's not the fucking the movie version characters, or it's not.
It's the guy straight from the game, like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's the characters you wanted in a live action movie, proper live action movie, done correctly.
The story is pretty much mad scientist makes new version of zombie virus.
Yeah, I mean that's all you want from your Resident Evil.
Yeah, Mick, actually, you're right, Mick. Rebecca's in it as well.
Makes it worse.
So Rebecca's in it too, Rebecca Chambers.
Oh, deadly out, yeah.
But I think, like, it's not spoiling it, but like, it was really, they did an original take with the zombies, I think, in that they didn't get bitten, they just fucking turned.
Oh, okay, right.
I'm not telling you how.
Is this the new scientific thing?
Not well, sort of like, but it's cool how they figure out what happens and stuff, and then it just
right.
The end.
Because the way you explain that, it's kind of like Walking Deadish. It's like
so they're on an island, obviously, the prison island, Alcatraz. I think it is. It could be, but anyway,
what is it with zombies and islands?
Right, to get into this jail cell to get away from the zombies. And then one of the dudes behind them just turns, and she's like, "Oh my god, he wasn't even fucking bit. What the fuck?" so is
it selective? Is selective zombieism?
Yeah,
or someone or someone gets angry enough that they turn into a zombie.
No. It's someone controlling them.
I don't like you, Ron. Do you know?
Jonathan says, "Is Dead Island good? The anime world scenes are out of order. One movie, the world is all fucked. The rest is just a nice little area." Well, this is set between the game's timeline anyway. The new.
Yeah, I do agree with Jono. That's the only reason
it is all over the place.
Them all. It could because I can't actually, unless you go on like online and kind of look for like a listings of like what movies go first.
I will say there is villains in this game, in this movie that were in a previous animated movie. I think it's
okay. So it is connected, but I just wish I knew without having to go and look which ones kind of came.
There's a girl that like fights Leon in this, and they were like they really knew each other, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Oh, okay.
And then I googled it, and I was like, do you know one of those moments like?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known unless I looked it up, like kind of thing.
That's my point. Is you probably haven't seen the one that came before this, like.
I had, but it was so long ago.
Yeah.
He was like the villain from the first one. Remember Degeneration or something it was called? That came out like 10 years ago.
I remember you texted me and said, "Oh, there's a new Resident Evil up."
Mm.
And then I went and typed in obviously animated movies, and then there was like fucking 6 or 7 of them. I was like, "Oh my god, where do I dive in? Which one?"
There's only 4. There's only 4.
Or no, but I'm just saying in general. But there was more than the one, and it was just kind of like, where do I dive into these fucking movies? Like, where does this begin? Where does it start? It's like the DC animated ones do.
We're not going down the DC road
today. They did their universe.
There is a new one as well for that.
No, but what I mean is they were releasing like Elseworld movies in between all of the universe that they were doing. So you had to literally go online and go, what movie starts this thing and what finishes it? Like, what order do I have to watch these in? And it's kind of annoying that you have to sometimes do that with these movies. You have to go and find an order to watch them in before, because they're not like they are all directly connected, but when they're releasing, they're not, because you're getting these other movies in between them that aren't connected. Do you know
Yeah,
as well?
like the Resident Evil movies, the animated ones are a bit all over the place.
That's what I'm saying. Is it's kind of similar. Animation in general. Look, don't get me wrong, I love animation. I'll watch animation all day long. But yeah, it's kind of you're trying to figure out where. Because I had an even discussion the other day with the Mask of Defendism's coming out for its 30th anniversary.
Still haven't seen
And
it.
two lads were like, it was like, but when does it fucking like? When does it slot into the animated show? Is it like season 1 between season 2 or after? And then people are like, yeah, but like Robin's not in that movie. He's in this. And people are like, oh no, but he's in the first. I was going, lads, it's a fucking animated show.
It's
Like, it
one-off.
doesn't really matter. The movie's
Exactly.
fucking gold on its own. You know, it doesn't
Anyway.
matter where.
It's
But you know what I mean?
Kind of sticking with the animated stuff. The best thing
Yes,
I saw
go.
this week was you've watched Invincible, obviously, yeah, the first season.
I've seen the. I love season 1. I'm
So
looking forward to.
Amazon released an origin story for Atomic Eve. It's his girlfriend, isn't it, in the last episode?
Well, yeah.
Kind of after a while.
Adam Eve, yeah.
Her origin story, and it's like an hour long.
And I looked it up on the listings a while ago. It's season 2, episode 00.
Yeah, episode 0 of season 2.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one thing, it was absolutely fucking fantastic.
And you were saying it's like an hour long, right?
Yeah, it's so good. And her parents are just horrible bastards in it. That's all I'll say. Like,
It seems to be a trend in that show,
her foster
right?
parents, no, I will say.
No, but like the
But,
parents in this Invincible show don't seem to be the nicest of people at their core.
Yeah. Well, no, his mother is nice, like, but
Yeah, I mean, like the 1 out of like 6.
She gets created, like, and she gets created by some experiment or whatever, and passed on to some foster family, and the father, oh my god, it's horrific the way he treats her, like, but it's just a great watch. It shows her from when she's a kid all the way up along to now.
I suppose that would make a lot more sense to where you find her in the season 1.
And there's been, after she's born or whatever and grown up, there's been other efforts to match her. And they kind of all, do I fucking spoil this a little bit? They're all like kind of like falling apart at the seams. They can't even keep their skin on. They're
It's
so
the defective clone type characters,
yeah,
like
exactly,
yeah.
the defective clones. But yeah, I won't say anymore because.
And you know what? And I'll tell you one thing: the only reason I was able to get that whole phrase "defective clone" was because yesterday I watched the episode of Family Guy where Stewie makes a clone of himself and Brian, and they're like defective and slow and kind of fucking sophisticated, and their jaw falls off and shit. And,
that language, no.
oh, yeah, sorry, that's voice.
Me, like. I know we joke about getting cancelled, but that kind of shit will get us cancelled.
I'm sorry, Dad.
We apologize.
But yeah. So I apologize too. I apologize. But yeah, look, that's kind of how I kind of remembered. I was like, oh, defective, yeah, because he said it 4 times in the episode. I was like, oh, they're defective clones. But yeah, you should check that episode out. It's actually pretty fucking. It's pretty off the chain. Like.
I can't stop laughing now.
Not
at what you said, by the way, but because of your
oh god, yeah, definitely was because of what I said.
Thought.
Ball tubs.
Invincible is crazy, man. It is. And sorry if you haven't seen it, man. Honestly, check it out. It's a fantastic fucking episode.
I might actually dive in to see if I can do some Invincible fucking artwork as well at some point.
And you know what? Do you know what I did?
I like the color scheme.
Straight after watching it, I went and watched a thing for where is it like 30 seconds or something where there's a bit of a trailer and then it gives you the release date. I thought all along it was out in September. It's not out till fucking November.
The show itself?
Yeah, season 2.
Oh, so there's not a like next week there's no fucking episode 1.
No.
Oh my god.
It was a one-off. I was like, you fucking joking me. Fucking November.
See, and this is the worst because look, it would be one of the things. If it was kind of like if it was only okay or kind of dull and shite, you'd be like, oh well, I can totally wait for November. That wasn't great at all. But like,
Whereas-
don't throw out an hour-long banger of a show and then go like, oh, well, you've got to wait months for the next episode. You're like, oh
I'll
man,
tell you one thing, like
that's
at the,
fucking
end,
lousy.
at the end, I was fucking buzzing for another episode. Like
That's like that bird you're hooking up with for 6 months on the go, and she's still teasing you. It's like, come on, just give it to me already, for fuck's sake.
if you're
you know?
still
Enough
there
is
after
enough,
6 months, that you're the fool.
You know.
Invincible is awesome, but man, that story gets fucking batshit crazy in later issues. I read some of it, but I was like, I don't want to ruin the
No,
story.
I've never
so I
dove
stopped.
into the Invincible comics, and it was kind of one of those things when they released the season. Remember, I telling you I had started reading some, and then I just stopped because I really didn't want to have it spoiled.
No, I didn't read any further. I stopped after a while.
Because I know even with The Walking Dead, they
I
deviated
did
so
that with
much
The
from
Walking
comics,
Dead.
but I actively stopped reading them because I didn't want to know how it ended. And then, spoiler alert, it didn't end nothing like the fucking book because it still hasn't fucking ended.
Do you know what, Tubbs? I think we both made the wrong decision there. We should have stopped watching the show and kept reading the book.
Yeah, no, but you know what my issue is, and even like you know, Lisa's a massive Walking Dead fan, right? And even she was like, "Oh my god, the Dead City one, and the and the Daryl Dixon, and all these new shows coming out." And
That's
then they
another
announced
one
the
I'd forgotten
season
about the other
2.
night.
No, but then they announced the season 2 after the Dead City finale, and she was like, "Are you actually fucking kidding me? Now they're totally ripping the piss out of the show." Like, I was like, "No, because they're making money and the ratings are still up. They're not going to end it. It's just not like they're gone.
How
They've no more books to pull from now, so they can do what they want."
So, guys, basically, Tubbs messaged me the other night. I think we were talking maybe about Invincible or something, and Tubbs was like,
It
"Oh
was,
yeah,
no, it was a Secret Invasion because it was about season finales.
yes."
Yeah.
And Tubbs goes, "Oh yeah, I'm just going to watch Dead City in a while." And no, I stopped watching The Walking Dead 2 seasons before it ended, and I was like,
Yeah.
"What's Dead City like?" And I was like, "Oh, another fucking Walking Dead thing," and I was like, "That's like 5-6 different shows." I'm like, how the fuck is that fucking going?
And they've had spin-offs like Fear the Walking
Every
Dead.
character's got a spin-off.
And now, see what they did was right is because the AMC wanted to end the main show, so they ended it at the end of season 11. They did an ending, a full ending, and everything else, but they weren't finished the actual story. So what they did was they finished the main show and they did spin-off, 3 or 4 spin-off shows that are going to wrap it all up eventually. That was their way around getting around not piling it all into the
What was the name of the first spin-off?
Dead City.
One that was in, the one in Mexico.
Oh, that was the Fear the Walking Dead.
Fear. That was good for 2 seasons. And then you had
and now that's still going.
Yeah. Why like?
Because now I think they're in their last season because I think their last season has now caught up to the timeline of the main show. Or some shit. I don't know. I stopped watching.
Let's count them, right? You have the main series.
Fear the Walking Dead.
You have the teeny bopper one. I don't know what the name that is.
The one they had that one. Then they had the one on the web show.
You had you have the new Daryl one. You've one with Rick and Michonne. You've one with Negan and Maggie. There's another one, surely.
New Frontier.
What's that? I've never heard of that either.
That's another one.
7.
There's
7.
8. It's 8 shows, dude.
8 fucking shows out of one graphic novel.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. And it's not even the best zombie show anymore. Because
I mean, look. I've always said that The Walking Dead, at its core, was a great character show. It really did. In the first couple of seasons, it really did build some fantastic character scenes and character arcs.
HBO fucked up there. They should have taken that out.
Yeah, do you know what it was? It was Scott Gimble, and it was HBO. Not even HBO. It was AMC. It was some of the decisions that they allowed to happen or decided, because you don't want to make a show a carbon copy of the comic either. You want to deviate and do some different stuff, but you got to keep some of the core stuff alive that makes the show and the book what they are, you know. And man, did they deviate from some of this shit, and then some of the choices and characters that they killed, and you're kind of going, "Oh, well, they've totally fucking ruined it now."
But you do know that, don't you? Before AMC got the rights, like HBO passed on it.
Oh yeah.
And they took Game of Thrones instead.
And I reckon, and I mean, if you think of it, could you imagine what HBO would have done with it?
Last of Us.
Yeah, it would have ended up being like The Last of Us. Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe. But yeah, fucking Walking Dead.
And the mad thing about it is the Dead City show that's there now is kind of very The Last of Us in its tone.
Because they're
how
copying
it's
it.
made, because it's in a city now. Do you know what I mean? The look and feel of it and everything.
They all
Is very...
in the city of some sort.
No, but you know what I mean. This is in Manhattan. You know, it's on the island. You know, it's the big skyscraper buildings and all this shit.
Garrett Innes at his most mental has nothing and fucked up.
It's great.
What's wrong with you?
Hey guys.
How are you?
Hey Grace.
Hi
How we getting
Brian.
on? Give him a kick up the arse from me, will you?
I'm sitting down, fucker.
I'll kick him in the head. So. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, so Walking Dead, not good. How many ways can you slice up a zombie? 8 ways, apparently.
Apparently, there's a lot of different ways you can do it now. And apparently, in the newer fucking shows, which is, I think, The World Beyond, which is the one that the other spin-off show, they brought in variants or some shit. Like, zombies could open doors and climb and run and jump. And yeah. So now they're gone, you know, that's kind of what they're bringing into it now.
Maybe one day a zombie will write a good zombie TV show.
maybe it'll be one of those at the very, very end. We all think it's like Rick Grimes is in a dream, and it turns out that it's actually a zombie at a typewriter writing.
Have you watched the one on Netflix yet?
The Black Summer.
Yes.
Yes. Season 1 was fantastic. It wasn't a big fan of season 2.
That was the one in the snow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
It wasn't as good.
No, it wasn't as good, but it's still.
But season 1 was one of those shocker ones where it was like, "Oh, this is fantastic."
That whole episode where your man was like stuck on top of the roof of the car.
Yeah, and you know what it was? It was so fucking simple, so simple, yet so effective.
It reminded me of the episode of Breaking Bad where they're chasing a fly around the kitchen in the basement.
Never seen an episode.
What? You've never seen Breaking Bad?
I've never seen Breaking Bad.
That's interesting.
Oh, the comments are going to light me up for that one, aren't they?
That's interesting, though.
I only watched we can't talk to him. We can't be friends with Tums anymore.
I only watched it because I was out of work for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it was. No, I lie. I watched the first 15 minutes of the first episode, and I was like, "This is boring as fuck. I have no interest in this show." And then it turns out that I passed on like one of the best shows in the world way too soon, and just never went back.
But like,
I mean, I might get to it eventually. It's on streaming platform now, like so.
I'm not mad at that though, because the first season of Breaking Bad is tough going. It's not until like the second last episode you're like, "Oh shit!"
Where it really starts to get good, like.
Yeah.
Well, you see, my friend, I remember my friend John.
Fulcrum, how are you, dude?
Hey, dude. He used to say that to me.
Nick has never seen it either.
You can get past the first half of season 1, or even skip it, or watch like a highlights package on YouTube.
You need the foundation.
Yeah, you need it. But he was joking, saying if you can get past the first 6 episodes and sink your teeth, you fucking love it. But then again, you look at Game of Thrones, dude. Game of Thrones was on TV for 7 years before I watched an episode of it, and then I binge watched.
Season 4 was on TV when I started watching it.
But you remember I said it to you was I remember I caved in at one point, and I got all the seasons, and I watched 7 seasons in 2.5 months just before season 8 came out. And then season 8 ended up being the worst season ever of them all.
Like I'll tell you a good one about Game of Thrones. I only started watching that in season 4 as well. Yeah. And I think I blew through it in a couple of weeks once I got all the other episodes. But my dad,
it was a really good show.
My dad now is in his 60s, and he will only like watch these like CIA type things, all these kind of cop shows and this, that, and the other thing. And if I showed him a superhero thing, he'd be like, "Oh, this fucking stupid make believe crap." So
Yeah.
I kept at him to watch Game of Thrones. He's like, "What's that?" And he likes some Braveheart, Gladiator, all that kind of stuff as well. I was like, "No, it's knights and families and fucking cutthroats and cousins riding each other and all this kind of stuff."
Incest and dragons.
So basically, I sat down and watched the first 2 episodes with him there one day, and then I was like, "Oh, left the DVD there, we'll say, non DVD like USB, whatever." And came down. He goes, "Finished season 1 last night. That's great crack, isn't it? Can you get me season?
No, buddy.
Can you get me season 2 and 3?" I was like, "Yeah, no bother."
That's what I'm saying, is you know yourself when someone's like adamant and they'll sit there and watch it, and then they just come straight in after it. You know, they're kind of, you have them hooked in then, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a couple of shows, like there's a couple of sleeper shows like that I know loads of people have seen that I haven't touched, but it's like vice versa. It's like Harry Potter. I've never seen a Harry Potter film.
Never seen it
So
either.
I've never read the books, but I've seen.
I
everything
tried to watch Harry Potter. I just couldn't.
No, actually, I lie. I watched the first movie with Grace to see would she watch them, and Grace was like, they're all right, like, and never went back.
Simon says,
so she was never really a Harry Potter fan either, like,
best show ever made.
I was more Lord of the Rings, like that kind of thing.
And Manga says best show ever made there, right? I've seen The Wire touted as one of the best shows ever made, and twice I've tried to get into that and I just could not.
Do you know what? My friend Dara, my friend Dara Rice, like, was at me for ages to watch The Wire. He was like, "Man, it's the greatest thing on TV." And don't get me wrong, it's a really good show. But I'm the same. I kind of watched half and kind of didn't go back. Do you know what I mean? It's like everything. It's like you're gonna like stuff that some people won't like, and people are gonna like stuff that you're not gonna like. That's the beautiful thing about entertainment. There's so many things out there for everyone.
Season 2 then lost interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah. So
I mean, I've only seen like the first 4 episodes of Prison Break, and apparently like the entire world has seen that. I completely lost interest.
I'll tell you one thing, right? I had all the box sets for Prison Break and absolutely fucking loved it at the time. But the series is a pile of shit, like.
But you know what it is? It's one of those
it's the
things
most stupid TV you'll ever watch, like.
What I've seen, because obviously growing up, I was a fucking filmmaker. I was a film guy. So when they released Dawson's Creek, it was a show about a fucking dude on an island film. I was hooked straight away, and I watched every single episode of that fucking show growing up, dude. And loads of people were like, going, "It's fucking stupid. What the fuck are you talking about?" I was going, but do you know what I mean? But they've seen shows that maybe didn't work for me. Do you know what I mean? It's as I said, it's entertainment. That's why. That's why there's so much of it. There's so many different people, like so many different things.
A lot say that about The Wire, and like you, Brian, I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for everyone. Like,
never seen Prison Break, but loved The Wire. The one thing was when Prison Break came out here, it was everywhere. Everyone loved the first season of it, and it just went a bit mad then the further it went on because they kept getting brought into new prisons.
But if you look back at it, not all shows, but around that time frame, like the Prison Breaks and Lost and Heroes and all them shows, they all started off so fucking strong and went pear-shaped or fucking ended up.
When your original concept is that good, when you start fucking overusing it, then it kind of falls away.
See, some things, and I've said before, some things should only be like the length of a movie or a season long. Some things.
So have you? Yeah, but that's money.
No, it's like I'll throw one out for you, right? And I know people are really going to fucking say, "Why was I watching it?" But have you seen 13 Reasons Why?
Don't like it.
Okay, I really enjoyed season 1, but that 13 Reasons Why show, but that went on for 4 seasons, right? That should have only have been that's a show that should have only have been 1 season.
That was a show about like teen suicide or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was all about the tapes that were kind of revealed as it went. But no, but what I'm saying is that story should have been told over 1 season. and like in like a capsule. It didn't need to go 4 seasons. Like that's the problem with TV is they like when the ratings are good, they keep pushing. They keep pushing. You know.
So
this is why some shows are like fucking still there. Like Supernatural. Right? I mean,
that's going about fucking 20 years, isn't it?
Like Supernatural has like 16 seasons or some shit.
That's crazy.
I think it's ended now. I think they've ended. I don't know. But I've only ever seen 2 episodes of Supernatural.
I've never seen it.
A lot of my friends swear by it. They say it's one of the best shows on TV. But
so, do you know what the actual concept for Prison Break is?
Yeah, it's getting back into prison to break his brother out, right?
Yeah, his brother gets framed for murder or whatever. But
yeah, I have seen episodes, but I just can't remember the concept.
But like on his back and on his arms and everything, he gets how to get out of the prison and everything.
Yes, the plans, like.
Yeah, it's really clever, like, but
yeah,
after a while, and it definitely has left a mark, like, in pop culture, because I know a few people with the nickname Teabag. Do you know who Teabag is?
And to be fair, there's an EA game that's kind of based on that.
Oh, the 2-player one.
Yeah, with the escape in the old prison thing and all that.
I'd love to play that. But no one will play it with me.
Do you know what? I'll actually pick it up. Fucking handy.
It's on the game, not Game Pass, but the other thing. The what do we call it? PlayStation Plus. There we go. I think it's on there.
So yeah, it's on that, is it? Or the EA Plus or something. Get that for a month and you can play it.
Jonathan said, "Look up the motherfucker scene from The Wire. Amazing stuff." Okay, so let's have a look at this.
Motherfucker. Who is the main star of that again?
Well, Idris Elba is in it.
Yes.
There's plenty others in it as well, I think. 1 second, I will throw on this.
Idris Elba? No, are you sure it was Idris Elba? Because The Wire is a good chunky years old.
Yep, I'm sure.
Okay.
Okay.
He was young in that, like, was he?
Fuck. Motherfucker. Fuck.
Okay, we're going to have to go to that because I may get...
Yes. Jonathan Redmond, you should know better than to fucking have us showing graphic content.
Boy.
Dirty boy.
Yeah.
Can't show that on our live stream, kid.
Posted link in CC chat. I should know better. A ton of new Lego dropped today. I saw one of them. It's like a big massive temple thing or something, is it? Is there pictures on Toyark? Hold on.
I did see the listings for the new McFarlane drops today. So if there's any Batman and Joker fans, you're in for a ride, because apparently every single fucking character they're releasing on the next wave is all Batmans and Jokers. Now look, you know me, I'm a massive Batman fan, right? But man, like, where's the Two-Faces? Where's the Riddlers? Where's the fucking Poison Ivies? Where's the Rogues galleries, man? Where's the fucking, like, when are we going to start getting like Rogues galleries and fucking, and like, even fucking...
You don't want those. You want more Batman.
No, dude, I have enough Batman. I want to start building out.
I'm Todd McFarlane. You want more Batman.
Okay, I'm sorry, Todd. I'm sorry. I need all the Batmans.
Batman. You love Batman.
I need Batman. All these characters were... The Joker is Batman, and everyone's Batman.
Everyone is Batman.
Todd McFarlane's there. No, Batman.
I wish I was Batman.
Everything's Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear as well? There's a fucking rumor flying around. Remember that Wednesday Addams show?
Yeah.
Netflix. And apparently it's been canned. There's no season 2. Everyone told me it was fantastic. I still haven't seen it.
I went about 5 episodes into it, and it got to a point where I was just watching it for the sake of it, and I was like, no, I'm not watching it.
You were just watching to finish the season.
Yeah, so I was like, no, do better.
I'm not so bad with it. Like I'll turn on like Netflix or Disney Plus or something, and I'll have every intention of going, oh, there's a new movie on this, or so I haven't seen this, and it's like, oh, Family Guy.
I was getting like that, and I made a point of putting
to make sure to watch something new.
Putting my phone down and watching something
Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to do that now. I'm trying to actively put the phone to the side and kind of watch what I'm watching. You know.
Manga Fandanga says Uma Thurman, Multiverse Poison Ivy out this fall. Yeah, they're doing the whole
Yes.
wave.
Yeah, the
from,
whole Batman. And I'll be honest, right? I'll be honest.
It's gonna be cool.
The characters from like the George Clooney Batman in the suit. It's a cool suit in a figure. Like this is one thing we forget about Batman and Robin, right? People are going like, oh man, those figures are going to suck. Why? Because the entire Batman and Robin movie was designed for action figures. Do you know? Those suits, the way they look, they was all designed to sell action figures. So it makes perfect sense that McFarlane releases actually solid action figure versions of these characters.
Really detailed Mr. Freeze in proper colors will be fucking class.
Yeah, see, this is the only problem I have with McFarlane is, right? There's been
four.
There's been
an
four
Arnie Freeze like
Arnie's Freeze. There's been the 1960s Freeze, and then there's been two versions of the comic version, right? But they are releasing an animated series wave now with Dr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, Scarecrow, Batman, and Robin. I think. It's like I think it's like a 5-pack, which is fucking cool because now they are starting to fucking release the animated series stuff. But the thing I have the issue with is like 4 versions of Dr. Freeze or Mr. Freeze, sorry, and none of them are like super accurate. No, not even accurate, but they just don't look great. Like the one they released with the black and white looked. I don't know, man. I mean, he looks cool. He's got that kind of like bulkier like costume and stuff, but color scheme just looks terrible.
Interesting. Arnie Freeze is the bath.
So Bane isn't. Oh, so Bane isn't the Build-A-Figure.
Doesn't look like it.
I'll be honest about it. I can kind of do without that Bane anyway.
Oh, that Bane was cool.
That Bane was fucking. Do you know what that was? That was basically just fucking like they just got someone like from like the 80s wrestling and just fucking painted him.
Bane on steroids, man.
I genuinely was like, you know, like
the Bane from Dark Knight Rises is shit.
Yeah, that movie still is. Do you know I watch that movie nowadays? So, do you know, Batman and Robin, like, and I don't have that, but I don't have that same sting in my chest every time I used to watch it. Like, it was like, oh my god, this is so bad. They're making so much fun of the fucking whole thing, and now I watch it and kind of go, this is so terrible. It's so good. It's
Dark
just
Knight
so
Rises
bad.
I'm talking about.
The which?
I was talking about Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, the Dark Knight Rises one, yes.
That Bane was fucking shit as well. I'm sorry, but
yeah.
Here,
I mean, I know they were trying to like make it in the real world, kind of make it more realistic, but
St. Brian the image on X. No, I will never. I will never refer to Twitter as X as long as I live.
Oh my god, yeah! Like, what the fuck is with the X thing? It's like randomly changed.
It didn't randomly change. It's been fucking in the works for a while.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't pay attention to Elon Musk's fucking bullshit at all. Like,
he's just a weirdo.
I just logged on one day and it was just an X, and I was like, what the fuck is this thing?
So yeah, there's the Batman and Robin wave.
Like, I mean, like outside of like the movie being shit, they're pretty fucking solid figures, right?
I had figures of the Batman and Robin from that movie.
But that, I mean, and this is the thing, you can kind of see it there is like even with Robin's suit. Robin's suit was transitioning to Nightwing.
Yeah, it was cool with the red and the fucking black.
It actually was transitioning into the Nightwing suit and everything. Like, I mean, it was just there was a lot of elements to it that were like you were going, oh man, that could be fucking cool if they kept going, but not. Obviously, it was just becoming. They were going back to the 60s in tone.
Alicia Silverstone then was hot as balls.
Like, I mean, I look at those figures and I think that Uma Thurman Poison Ivy is fantastic. Like,
yeah, it does. But like, these are just fucking renders. Will they turn out that well in the actual figures?
See, this is it. They would like. Will you hope they get them as close to the renders? Like
the Dark Knight.
But I mean, the pictures they've showed of the
wasn't one of the McFarlane Banes and Mega.
Do you remember they released that? Like, was it the 6-pack of?
It was, Jonathan.
But they released the 6-pack of the Batman movie characters, the figures.
Yeah.
Like I thought the Clooney Batman figure looked probably one of the best out of the whole 6.
Hold on, now I'll try and see if I can find this.
He looked pretty fucking solid, dude. You know, because the McFarlane has just proven to this point they just cannot make a Ben Affleck Batman figure well.
No.
They have not seemed to. But there's certain costumes like McFarlane has released like a couple of Ben Affleck Batman figures, and none of them have been like the suit he wore in Batman versus Superman, like the first one, Joe. The grey and black, and then you have who else?
I don't
No,
know.
it's just the grey and black suit, or the Batman Begins like suit. I really want him to release that one.
Yeah.
Like the actual, like fucking Batman Begins costume that he wore, like because the Dark Knight figure is actually pretty sick. Like,
G-Force says Musk is a billionaire. He does what he wants.
yeah, I mean, look, he owns the fucking thing now. We can call it X fucking whatever the fuck.
X don't give it to you.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I mean, but you have a lot of people that are like just because of the name change, are like, I'm done with Twitter.
Hope to give Freeze his gun. Yeah, but there's been a lot of people who are doing that for a while.
I mean, the only thing I will say, sorry, is that
super cheap advertising.
If they don't have
exactly.
the gun, there are enough custom fucking vendors out there at the moment that you could definitely get one. Like,
Batgirl is crazy mint.
Yeah, it's
If
fucking
they
banging.
awesome. I'll be getting these. Yeah, they do. They look great. Like, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna, and it's weird because they've released the Dark Knight wave, and I haven't got that yet, right? But I'm pretty sure I will get this. Now,
tonight.
this begs the question for you, right? This begs the question: if they're releasing the Batman and Robin figure, like, do you think that they will start to release the Batman Forever and Batman?
They will.
Batman Returns ones, like the
100%.
Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman and
Tommy
like
Lee
Jack
Jones,
Nicholson's Joker and stuff.
Two-Face.
Like fucking that, like like the Riddler and Two-Face and all those kind of characters.
There's money in the table. They'll take it.
Do you know what I mean? Because let's be honest. I mean, you know yourself. That's what McFarlane fucking needs to do. Is he needs to like start hitting like the Christopher Reeve Superman movies and releasing versions of those. Do you know what I mean? As well. Do you know, like fucking like the Zod from Superman 2, Lucreman, and fucking all this kind of stuff. Because people get nostalgic for this movie stuff, dude. You know,
those pics of the Dark Knight wave look way better. Yeah, I agree, because I remember myself, Connor, and Jonathan were chatting, and I was like, straight away when we saw those Dark Knight figures, I was like, oh, I kind of want them myself. But then
they looked really cool.
I watched someone doing a review of them then, and they looked not as good. I don't want to say.
Yeah, I mean, I know they release them in their fucking big splashy fucking profile photos and stuff like, and then when you get them, unless you don't have a big fucking decent stand to put them behind, they're just a figure on a stand.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Realistically, like.
So yeah, let's leave it at that for tonight.
And do you know what we did get to again tonight?
Bigger stuff tonight.
Yeah, we even got some figures, but we did not get San Diego Comic-Con done.
Next week we're going to start with.
We will definitely dive into San Diego Comic-Con. I think we should dive into that after our corner next week.
No, we'll start with it once we get through.
We'll start with it so we actually we can get it covered.
Yeah.
Because I even joked with you a while ago and said, "Do you think we'll get it done this week?" You were like, "I'm pretty sure we can."
Yeah, true, John. I remember the ranker. Here, give us 350. Here's the Photoshop. I posted a pic of the DK wave on Instagram today. So yeah, guys, we're going 10 minutes over. So thanks for coming. Thanks for listening to our rant.
As always.
It was a lot of fun chatting about terrible TV shows and all that kind of stuff.
And I apologize for words I should never use.
Yeah, Tubbs makes mistakes. We all do, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm just human.
This is live, so
I'm
I can't
very
edit
pretty,
that
but
out.
I'm just human.
As I said, this is live, and I can't edit this out. But anyway.
Hey, come here, look. It's been one of those shows. I said some words I shouldn't. Jono showed us boobs that we weren't allowed to show. You know, it's on trial and error, kids.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah. I'm just here for the lols.
Yes.
So yeah, guys, thanks very much, and I will be back most days with reviews and stuff, and Tubbs will be back next week. Yeah, Jonathan, I shut that shit down right quick this week. No man of steel bollocks from Tubbs.
Yeah, we're not talking about it this week, Tubbs. I'm like, oh no.
Manga Fandango. Yes, Turtle Power next week as well.
Yes.
So we will start out our schedule for the show. I should probably write this down, but I'll remember. We'll be starting.
But Andy said that that's cool. I like having the. I know now what I'm drawing for next week.
So we'll start off with SDCC stuff, and then we'll move on to live art corner.
Oh God, we're gonna do it. We are gonna do it live. So
well, you let's put it this, all right. If you want to do it your way, you do it your way. If people want to,
no. I said
we can accommodate that too.
We play it by ear. As I said, I could be just sit here chatting away, drawing it anyway.
So, like, what we'll do as well then, while we're doing art corner, if this is okay with you guys, I will add you both to the chat as well. So yeah, we'll have the four of us then, or if Mike.
Yeah, we can just chat away while we're doing it then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jonathan says, great stream, guys. No Man of Steel. Yeah, we read that part. Long live Batman. Great show. Do it live. Manga Fandango says, no, not live. I'd rather see work spent on. Yeah, so if you want to do it during the week, do it during the week, Tubbs. Yeah. Personal preference. Mikey said, are we drawing live next week? So what I would say, Mikey, is whoever wants to do what can do whatever.
Or even if we don't draw live, what we can do is whoever has done the drawings, instead of showing it in the art corner, we can just bring them on the show, and we can
do that
show
too.
Our work.
You can come on live and we'll talk about it.
So Mikey, if you want to come on with your drawing next week, Ken Love, right?
So let's just confirm one more time who's drawn what. So Tubbs, Mikey.
Michelangelo, yeah.
Mikey, Donatello. Yeah. And was it Sai was doing Raphael and Smithlord was doing Leonardo? I think that's right, isn't it? Okay. So yeah, this is for the Turtles. G4 says, I will work on my Fortnite boat. I will work on my Fortnite boat. I will work on my Fortnite boat.
You get it, G4, right? You gotta work. You gotta keep doing it. I'm gonna be like that.
Gotta work it, sit back and reverse.
I'm gonna fucking come on Mikey. I mean, what? I'm gonna draw and finish Mikey.
Very cool. Good idea, Tubbs. Okay, guys, so thanks for watching, and we will see you all this time next week.
Yeah,
well,
same
2 hours early, this time earlier next week. Later, guys. Have fun.
See you later.